Love Ireland royalty. It's Josh. How are you, sir?
I'm good, mate.
Thank you for joining us. Feeling positive about the game?
I feel more positive than I have done this season, so I'm good, yeah.
You lost the last game, right? But before that, unbeaten in 10 against Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle, we do pretty well against them historically, so I'm not too nervous.
Every reason to be confident.
Exactly.
Of course.
Dave Jackson, Football Daily royalty.
Yeah, exactly. We are 2 wins off the bounce now. You know, we're trying to get some momentum. It's starting to come. This is Unai Emery's Barmy Army, Red Army, all kinds of armies. This is it. This is our march to Premier League. Maybe not Premier League, but at least back to the top 4. At least back to the top 4. This is it.
We hope.
Spurs have lost today. I've already got a smile on my face. Perfect.
Well, there we go. Dorman, you are running socials today. What do you want from the fine people at home watching on Football Daily social channels and Soccer AM social channels?
Yes, guys, we want you guys at home to get as involved as possible. So tweet us your questions with the hashtag #TheFootballSocial to @FootballDaily or @SoccerAM, and we will farm them out to our lovely guests and get their opinions.
Like it.
Lovely jubbly. Will Brazier over there on the end. Don't worry, didn't forget about you, mate.
mate.
Joining us from Sporf. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Looking forward to watching some Premier League football finally. I'm a
what is
Birmingham
your-
City fan, so.
What's your chief role today?
4 games on here, 3 p.m, so gonna let you know all the score updates for you.
Lovely. Perfect. Love that, mate. I think we are going to go over to the lineups now, gentlemen, very briefly. On Newcastle's starting XR, we have the Bravka at the back, Yedlin, Lascelles, Fernandez and Paul Dummett. Completing the back 4, Ritchie, Hayden, Diarmi and Murphy making the midfield 4. Perez, who was their top goal scorer last season with 8 in the league in attacking midfield. And Hoselu up front, who started the season on fire by his standards anyway. 2 in 4, spearheading that attack. Now, Newcastle struggling for goals big time in this game. Arsenal fans, starting with you, Josh. Where do you see the threat coming from in this Newcastle starting XI?
Ooh, I think Perez is probably going to be the one to watch, but I'm not too worried about that. I think you know what? It'd probably be more like a defensive lapse that's going to cause us problems rather than Newcastle going out and doing their thing. I think it's going to be more on us, and if we manage to keep that back 4 working well together, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm
not
more happy to see, what's his name? Hoselu,
Yes.
rather than like what's his name, Rondon, because I think
Rondon's a bit of a bully. Yeah, you don't need that up against him.
Well, you say that, Dave, but Rondon has never scored against Arsenal, mate.
Well, you just jinxed it. So well
There you go. Thanks for that,
Well
mate. I
done,
really
mate.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, get him out.
All right, let's take a look at the Arsenal starting lineup.
Oh, delightful.
So, Czech in goal still.
look at that
Bayern,
front 4. Look at that front 4.
Socrates, Mustafi, Monreal. Does that back 4 fill you guys with confidence?
Absolutely not.
And who is the biggest culprit? Who is the most liable at the back, in your opinion,
Me?
David?
The thing is, when we signed the Socrates, right, to me, he was like a player that if he's available on a free, go, fine, we'll have him. We paid £60 million for him. He's so slow. It's unbelievable.
I know you've got, a sporting director, Sven Mislintat now. A lot of people thought that was why Arsenal weren't bringing the right calibre player before, but his first 2 signings...
Yeah, because basically what we're trying to do is we are trying to rebuild the Dortmund team that lost to Bayern Munich in the Champions League final a couple of years ago.
At least they're in the final, mate. Yeah.
But for me, that defence, I don't like the fact that Nacho Morale at 32 is our best defender. That to me is not a very good sign.
Yeah, it's dark times.
Biggest goal for it last season as well, wasn't it?
It was.
Towards the tail end.
Scored already.
Obviously, got young Guendouzi and Xhaka lining up in midfield.
I love Guendouzi. I love him. I absolutely love him.
Delightful
What
to
were your
watch.
thoughts been on him at the start of the season?
I think he's come in and he's probably looked the most comfortable at this level. What was he playing in, like the French League 2 or something?
Yeah,
League
relative
2.
obscurity, second division.
Lens, was
He
it?
got
Lens,
relegated and then played a fair amount of
class,
second division of France. Yeah, but
He's got that. He's got the crazy hair going on, the sideshow bob hair, but he plays well.
The thing I liked about him, because when we played against Man City, he didn't have the best of starts, but he never went missing. You know, he thought, you know what, because also as well, that is going to be the toughest test he's going to have this season, playing against Man City team. But then rather than going, OK, I haven't started well, starting to kind of fall back. No, I still want the ball. Give me the ball, and I'll try and move.
Willing to take responsibility a little bit.
And he drives, and he does.
Yeah,
he's forward. He always first think, all right, okay, let me get forward with the ball. Let me see what's going on in front of me, rather than.
Xhaka's a bit stationary.
I think it's starting on Xhaka, mate.
Yeah,
Can you
There's
please
plenty of time for that.
Can you put a poll out now? What is the point of Granit Xhaka?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, in life in
No,
general.
to be fair, on the line.
Most prominently, lads, Lacazette and Aubameyang start
Love it.
together. How do you feel about that? Because they've been involved in an awful lot of goals when starting in the same 11.
It's weird. Like Lacazette has started so well. He's playing with such confidence. Like this is the player we thought we were getting for £50 million, and now he's.
There he is on screen now.
Yeah, he's a delight to look at. He's a delight
trim
to
as well. That's lovely. That is.
Trim.
And Aubameyang, who is, of course, racked up 11 in 17 since he joined, so he's taken off. You know, he's gone off like a rocket, hasn't he?
Electrifying, you might say. Hamill.
I can see him putting Newcastle to the sword today, mate. You said 4-0.
I've said 4-0 because it will take us above Spurs. I'm actually going 5.
Oh, you're going 5 now? Fair play.
Everybody's
It rolls on, he's confident.
What is in that mug?
I've had 2 coffees. I'm going for 5. I'm going for 5 now. So here we go. Yeah, 5-0.
Before we start, shall we touch very briefly upon the Tottenham and Liverpool game? Because Liverpool edged Tottenham out 2-1 in the end. It should have been a lot more, in my opinion. Newcastle. Liverpool could have really put, 4 or 5 in reality, past Tottenham. So not the greatest day at the office for Pochettino's men. But now, are they the biggest title rivals to Manchester City? Have they got, I don't know, the biggest claim to the throne? Dave,
I think without shadow of a doubt, like they dropped silly points last season, and what they are now, 5 wins on the bounce is kind of like, you see, like the games that they would have drawn last season, they're now winning. The games they would have lost, they're now getting joys even though they've won 5 games. But I think they look extremely strong. I think they've obviously addressed like the kind of goalkeeper issues. With
Alisson.
Yeah, with Alisson.
The big man, £75 million.
And honestly, we were like watching the game before. It could have easily been 4-5. Really
gilt-edged chances missed. Although Vorm, not entirely convincing goal for Tottenham. What do you make of Liverpool's season? Obviously, their recruitment has been great in the summer, Josh. As an Arsenal fan, are you a little bit jealous to see the talent, rock up on Merseyside that has done?
If you look at our front 4, you're like, you know what, that's nice to look at. But then you look at Liverpool's front 4, you're going, that's a different level. Like, I don't know how much
the free.
And then people were mugging them off for buying Van Dijk for like 75 mil.
Bargain.
It's a bargain. And look at our it's a dream. And I think they play good football. They're super positive. Like, they can put anyone to the sword. Like, listen, it's just like, we'll score more goals than you. Like, that's their mentality. We used to be like that.
Yeah, and they've shored up now.
Yeah.
They were defensively vulnerable last season. Obviously, Van Dijk, I knew he was a good player because he played for Celtic. I think a lot of people were relatively unconvinced about the £75 million transfer fee, but he's justified it. Only conceded 1 goal this season. I think no other players kept more clean sheets than him since joining Liverpool. Yeah. So he seems to be, he's completed it. He's the last piece of the puzzle, Dave.
Is that like an actual stat, or you just put
you just who knows it? Who knows at this point? All right. But we have the Football Daily. Well, we have the Football Social Accumulator coming up now. So everyone has picked a result, and you can bet along with us on Sky Bet. For details, check out the description below. So, Will, you've gone for an away win in the Bournemouth-Leicester game. Quick rationale behind that, mate?
Got my former Birmingham boy, Damari Gray there. Ben Chilwell looks amazing, and I've fallen in love with James Maddison. So, simply, I think Leicester can do it.
He looks like a decent acquisition in the number 10 role, doesn't he? Yeah. Pete, you've gone for... Pete? Who calls you Pete? Dorman. Can we get that changed, please? You have gone for a home win, Chelsea versus Cardiff. Go on.
This one was fairly easy. I think Cardiff are one of the worst teams in the Premier League I've seen in a while, and Hazard will absolutely destroy them today, I reckon.
All right. Dave, Huddersfield Palace. Obviously, 2 teams you know an awful lot about.
Yeah, an awful lot about. It was like... I have no kind of rationale behind this. I thought, let me just go for that. Basically, what I want to do, I wanted to move up the accumulator. I want to get some serious odds in there, so I've gone for an away win.
Oh, lovely job, play. And well, of course, I've gone for Manchester City Fulham. That doesn't really need justifying. Josh, you've already said you're confident of an Arsenal victory. So
yeah, you can't see past Lacazette and Aubameyang linking up, and
I love that.
Putting Newcastle to the sword.
So, if you want to bet along with us, that is 18-1. So, not bad.
Definitely
not bad considering they were all strong favourites, strong contenders. Hosley to score first at 9-1 as well. I'm not sure. I think I'd prefer the accumulator over that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure about Hosley. A bit of a cart horse, to be honest. Right, gentlemen, have we got any social questions that are worth asking before kick-off?
Yeah, one has been sent in here from Joe Maroon, and he says, #the Football Social, is Pochettino considered one of the best managers in the Premier League without winning a title yet?
Ooh, good question.
All right, gentlemen, who wants to face down this very tough question first? Dave, you seem keen?
Sure. So
sure.
He is clearly a very talented manager, but I don't know if you can be considered a great manager until you've won a league title. So maybe he's got at least Spurs to do that. But I think he's a top manager. But I wouldn't say he's a great manager yet.
What about you, Josh? Rivals? Are you a little bit jealous of the calibre of manager that Tottenham have?
Yeah.
Oh, not convinced.
No, listen, I think he's a great manager. I think he's obviously got the players playing for him, but it's just when they get to that top level, can they push past it? And I don't know if he's the man to take them there.
Really, I think if the club don't start to match his ambitions, he might leave for a Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think he'd do well then.
Right, the teams are coming out now, lining up. There is Mesut Ozil.
This is a
the
massive
greatest
game
couple
for
of weeks,
Ozil
has it?
today. It's a massive game for Ozil.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like he's Arsenal royalty, and when Arsenal fans give him grief.
I don't,
Yeah, he could pick this Newcastle team apart, couldn't they?
I think he's clearly going to play Ramsey for the middle rather than Ozil. So there's Ozil's chance to go, no, that's my shirt, that number 10. I want to play in the middle.
How is Ozil not in the middle, Ramsey in the middle?
Well, he said, didn't he, at the start of the season, he wants to build a team around Ramsey. Arsenal have offered Ramsey a 5-year contract, so he is their man. But going back to the subject of Pochettino, I think, the calibre of managing the Premier League is unbelievable at current. But without significant investment, I think Tottenham need to decide whether they want to be title challengers or just a Champions League club, because they could quickly slip out of the latter unless they buy a central midfielder.
Yeah, it's been a testament what he's done at Spurs so far, but they need to break through that glass ceiling at the minute. At the minute they're just like stagnating and treading water. Pochettino won't stay if they do that.
No, I agree.
And there's no way they'll be able to keep players like Harry Kane if they're not actually challenging for titles, going far in the Champions League as well.
Will, as a Birmingham fan,
it's just great to be here. So yeah. No, I think he just needs that title, that competition under his belt, and he could be well away.
Decent. I agree. Right, scenes here at this Manchester City versus Fulham. Now, Manchester City, for me, still the title favourites.
Yeah.
Very sort of consistent on and off the pitch during the summer. What have you made of Manchester City's sort of rise to the top? Are they a team you sort of enjoy watching? Do you make time to watch them?
Yeah, Man City are the team that I want Arsenal to be. Like, they play the football that we want to play. They've got the manager that I think we wanted after Wenger was to leave. So, no, they play great football. And like, look, if you look at their squad, like they could field like a team of 22, like 11 versus 11 of players that would get into every single other side in the Premier League.
And then they just go and add Mahrez for 75 mil.
As you do, yeah, casual.
Yeah, quality. So not long until kick-off now, chaps. Dorman, any of the questions from social keep sticking over?
You throw me in the bus here. So a lot of questions here at the minute. There's one from Jamie Stevenson, and it is revolving around Emery's decisions where to play Ozil. Like, where does he fit in Emery's team? It kind of seems like he's trying to fit a square peg into a round hole with Ozil. Where does he fit in that team, and what does it mean for his future at Arsenal?
Okay.
Well,
Take away,
it clearly is our future because we've offered him an extra 4-year deal or something like that. But I think Ozil needs to show a bit more. You know what I mean? I know he gets a lot of stick. I absolutely love Mesut Ozil, but it's almost like go and grab the shirt and then keep it. You know what I mean? It's saying, no, this is my team now. This isn't Ramsey's team. This isn't, I don't know, Czech's team. This is my team. You know what I mean? I want to lead Arsenal back to the top 4. I want to lead us through to the Europa League and actually go and win his trophies. But he has to show more in these actual kind of games. So there's a bit of responsibility from Ozil now that he needs to step up a little bit.
OK, so in your opinion, what do Arsenal need to do to become a top 4 side? We've seen that Unai Emery's come in, he's tried to change the ethos, you're trying to, change your playing style. That's going to take a while to bed in. He's trying to blood young talent like Guendouzi. Is he going about it the right way, or do you think they still need a shift around in terms of personnel? Josh, you take charge on this one.
Yeah, I think we need to sort out that back 4. We need to sort out our goalkeeper situation.
Poor old Peter Cech, trying to reinvent himself at 55 years old.
Yeah, it's tough, mate. He should be retiring at some point, hopefully at the end of the season. But, I think we need that back 4 and the keeper situation needs to be fixed. And we need to work out where Ozil's going to play, why Xhaka is still getting games.
100%.
And why we're not starting Lacazette and Aubameyang up top every game.
I need Leno to jump in because I've drafted him from a fantasy team and I've got 2 keepers that don't play.
You've had an absolute shocker there.
I've had a terrible stink.
Yeah, but he is a goalkeeper who they brought in because he is able with the ball at his feet, although I'd argue not been great for Leverkusen the last 3 or 4 years.
Well, he's got to be better than Petr Cech with the ball at his feet.
Surely.
And that is near post.
Well, he's literally on the ball now.
Right, the game has kicked off, has it, gentlemen?
Yeah.
So,
Are we going to get on the screen?
I mean, it's not coming on our screen. We're still watching Jamie Redknapp, as lovely as he is. The rest of the games have kicked off. Right, Pete, any more questions from social?
There's a question here just for Josh from A99. How was it on missing out of the World Cup due to being in Love Island?
If I'm being honest, I thought that we were going to get to watch the games and updates, and I was wrong, unfortunately. So we used to, I literally used to be sat outside, like, making up like scenarios in my head, like, okay, cool, if England get through, I reckon we'll go out the groups, I reckon we'll go out at the knockouts. You make it up because you have no idea. So it's got, so then we found out we got to the semis, like, the day of the final, and I was just, like, you're, like, immensely proud. You feel like you had something to do with it. You're like, yes, come on, boys. But no, it was gutting not knowing. But I think it's better to have nothing than have drips and drabs of information.
Definitely.
I mean, were you trying to get, like, information off everybody inside?
As soon as anyone would come in, we'd be like, tell us what's happening, how we play.
Like moles in the camp.
Yeah, exactly. But then the people come in and they'd be like, oh, you know what, there's a bit of a buzz around England. And you go, what? How? Why?
Yeah, why?
I can't say too much. Like, shut up.
Right, here we are then. Newcastle, early free kick. We've got the game, finally.
Oh, come on, Arsenal.
Hung it up to the back post.
Solid.
Safe fans. Never said bad word again.
I take back everything I said about him.
Look at him in his Hulk jersey.
Right, it'll be interesting. Do you think... Oh, there we go. Look, it's still sticking to the short game. Unai Emery, how was the game against Cardiff? I only watched the highlights. Obviously, Lacazette scored an absolutely wonderful goal to clinch the game. But how did you fare in general?
I think we actually played okay, but there were such cheap goals that we conceded.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't keep doing that. You know what I mean? Like, against better teams, we wouldn't be able to score the 3 goals. You know what I mean? So.
Because creating's not really been the issue. Like against Chelsea, you created a
There's been a goal, first goal of the day.
Oh, early doors, Will. Take over,
I've
please.
not got any visuals, but it's been fed down my ear. Leroy Sané has scored for Manchester City. So they look well on the way against Fulham. Leroy Sané. More as I get it, Chris. More as I get it.
Thank you very much. Very professional.
Thank you, mate.
That was great.
Complete lack of visuals. Still looking at Robbie Keane, but...
It just came to me as a premonition.
Back to the Newcastle-Arsenal game. Right, here we go.
As expected, I would say, the first 10 minutes, Newcastle are going to come at us, they're at home, everyone, they love playing at St James's. We've got to weather the storm, get the ball down the wings to Aubameyang, let him run at them, and take our chances. And we will win 5-0, like I said.
Oh, nice.
Watch the space.
I mean, it depends how Newcastle set up, right? Because against Chelsea, extremely hard to break down. I think people criticised them afterwards, and... harshly so, because Rafa Benitez is using the tools at his disposal. I think to finish 10th last season was unbelievable from him. 11 points from relegation. I think they lost 11 of the first 18 games, mate. Absolutely shocking from the start of the season. And I've got to say, this is a championship squad at best. And I'm hoping you murder these today. I'm an Arsenal fan for the day. So come on, lads. I'm an honorary gooner.
I think we've had about 3 touches of the ball so far.
Well, so you look at the transfer business they did as well, and they signed championship-level players. Fulham went in and spent over 100 million. Wolves went in and spent, they got Dendoncker on the last day, they've got Ruben Neves, they've got half the Portugal team. Cardiff went inside Bobby Reid from Bristol City, so, like, how do you expect to compete in this league? When you're not spent... Well, you might not have the money, but you can still spend smarter. I mean, Bobby Reid is a centre-mid that has been formatted into a striker for Bristol City, and he did well in the Championship, but he's not going to get you 20-plus goals in the Premier League.
And then, wasn't it on the last day of the transfer window, they actually sold Mitrovic. So it was just like, what are you actually trying to do here? Do you actually want to stay in, or do you want to buy another house to like Fraser, is it? So.
Do you want to buy...
Right, come on, Arsenal.
Early cross
Safe
there.
hands again.
Who's
Look
that?
at him, rolling back the ears. Better check.
Isaac Hayden. Decent
he was
player,
Arsenal.
actually.
He's
decent at shifting the ball. I don't mind him. All right, what's going on in the rest of the games, Will? How the other 3 o'clock kickoffs?
Well, I'm just adjusting my beady eyes to watching 4 games, but there should have been arguably a penalty for Huddersfield. Kachunga taken down by the keeper, not given, played on. And something you don't normally see, there was a false start kickoff in the Bournemouth-Leicester game.
A collector's item.
For the purists there,
Yeah, all right, fair enough. So no goals, so one false kickoff.
Just at the moment, we're actually doing all right in the accumulator, right? Because Man City are winning. Right? So that was
hope so. We're about 6 minutes in. If it's a write-off after that, then we've lost all the trust of the audience at home. Anyway, keep getting your audience questions in. Dorman wants them. We need them. If there's no goals, your questions will feature prominently. So keep getting them in. Dorman, have we had anything else Arsenal-related?
No, there's one here City-related.
Oh, go on then.
Ruben has asked, should Man City focus on winning the league or should they focus on winning the Champions League? Because that was a lot of the criticism last year about Pep by Pep not winning the Champions League.
Yeah, okay, so, I mean, they ultimately, went out in the quarterfinals?
Against a rampant Liverpool team, wasn't it?
Quarters or semis to Liverpool, yeah, I mean... A couple of decisions went there against them in that game, I think.
Yeah, there was a
disallowed goal, they should have
Yeah.
had a penalty at the Etihad, it could have been game on, it could have been 3-0 to them at
And
half-time.
it was basically a mental 20 minutes Liverpool had when they scored 3 goals,
Yeah.
and that was basically under the tie, wasn't it?
And the calibre of goal as well, Oxlade-Chamberlain scoring from 30 yards.
It was gone.
Lads, Manchester City, Champions League credentials.
I think they've got to be up there, one of the favourites, haven't they?
Yeah. Okay. So who are your favourites and who are your underdogs?
In the Champions League?
Yeah.
Favourites, I think Man City are up there. Obviously, PSG with Mbappe. Mbappe is just
Mbappe's
ridiculous.
different
Isn't it?
level.
Yeah,
Like,
different grade in his class.
19.
That is
know.
mental, isn't it? That is
mental.
actually descriptive.
He's actually Neymar's gone to PSG to drown with the Ballon d'Or, and Mbappe's going to win it before him.
Yes, I'll say PSG. And what did you say? What's
Who's your
question?
underdog?
Underdog?
So I went for Tottenham, but after watching that display against Liverpool,
No chance.
I'm eating my words.
Atletico Madrid underdog. Why not?
All right, fair enough. I mean, they are always like the perpetual underdog, aren't they? What about you, mate? So Champions League football, who are you tipping for?
It's hard to even just look past
crown.
Real Madrid. Like, it's just-
Yeah, Real Madrid could be up there.
how do you look past them? Like, they just keep winning it. And you think, no, they can't do it
A
again.
Ronaldo-less Real Madrid? Obviously,
Yeah,
Ronaldo went to
at the
Dallas.
top. What did he get? 16, 17 in the Champions League last season? Something unreal.
Yeah.
So they might struggle
You know
without
what?
him.
Yeah,
but-
no, it was if Ronaldo was a club, he would be the 10th highest scorer
Yeah.
in the Champions League. If he was a club, just him.
Yeah.
I think he scored more than 400 like plus teams, hasn't
Yeah.
he? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, you
But,
can't look past the Ronaldo effect. So I'll say Juve as well.
Yeah, they're going to be strong.
I
But
like
he's had
We'll
a like troubled start at Juve. He's what, no assist, 1 assist, no goals in 3-4
Very
games.
similar to his start at Real Madrid last season.
Yeah, and then
having a
went
bunch of shots, scoring no goals. A little bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
I think he currently has the worst conversion rate in Europe. Most shots, no goals.
yeah, there we go. Statman Pete.
Should we change the title of this video to "Is Cristiano finished?" We'll get the clicks in, right, and then we'll change it back.
And that's
to
what we
us.
told
Cristiano
BFM.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest. But right, how's the opening exchanges this game going then, chaps?
It's basically
As a-
evens, isn't it? It's evens.
Even Stevens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We haven't really conceded much in terms of any kind of clear-cut kind of chances. There hasn't really been anything happen really, but I think as I kind of say, where it's like we just need to weather the storm. They'll come out as quite strong there because we're up at St James's, and then we'll be able to build on that and get the.
Turn in there.
Fair play. Nice there. A little bit of interplay from Ozil. This is what we want to see, isn't it, boys? Oh, Lacazette nearly getting hold of it. mate, I think useful player for Newcastle, putting up some decent stats this season. Oh, Newcastle have got in behind here after that surging run. Is that Perez?
This is, yeah.
And that's where you're conceding
Yeah.
decent opportunities on the edge of your box. It happened in the Chelsea game. It's happening here.
That's not great defending, is it?
Getting
It's a
doozy,
quick
maybe a little
break and
bit naive from him there. But anyway, come on, it's coming, lads. The goal's coming. The action's coming. Come on, Arsenal, Newcastle. Conjure up something for us. What else is happening in the other games, William?
Jamie Vardy, using his pace, got through one-on-one with the keeper, but keeper got there first. He got up in true Vardy fashion, and he was saying some words to some effect that probably can't be said at 3 p.m. He thought he should have had a penalty. Giroud in the Chelsea game, towering header going to the back post, but just gone past the post. And England fans out there, our hero Kyle Walker's gone down with an eye injury.
Oh no.
No, but he
I think
looked all
Kyle
right.
Walker is the best right back in the world at current. What do you make of that?
For me, it's Kieran Trippier after the summer
Really?
off. Yeah.
I don't
Just
think Kieran Trippier's
you get the
patching it.
defensive and then you get the delivery of that free kick and
Fair play. Anyway, going back to the game, Mesut Ozil has 2 in his last 3 against Newcastle, I'm assured, and he's 10-1 to score first.
That's definitely 10-1.
Yeah.
That's definitely a fiver.
It's not bad considering Joselu was 9-1. So
Is it for Ozil to score next or for him to just score today?
to score first.
Go for it.
Oh.
But it's not looking like Arsenal are going to score first,
We
is it,
haven't had
John?
a shot on goal, no. But you know what? I think, yeah, you said, they've got to weather that storm, and they're going to come out the traps quickly. They're going to be pumping a lot of long balls into our box, trying to expose our defenders.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, he's just
Yeah.
unmarked.
I mean, maybe they're just making excuses for Arsenal not being very good. I'm not sure which
To be
one
fair,
it is.
even at the end, that wasn't great defending from Arsenal. There was at least 2 men over there.
I think-
It's like just
Arsenal are kind of
fundamentals.
Arsenal are kind of becoming the new Liverpool in that they've got an amazing attack but a really shoddy defence and keeper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that actually just happened
goodness
there?
gracious, that was a replay. I think we just missed that listening to Dorman.
Oh, good old Peter Cech.
Come on, Dorman, mate.
It just invites pressure. It's just
And
stupid.
it unnerves all of our back four. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to go back to him. And when that's your only out option and it's your safety,
Yeah. It's just...
How is Leno
He's
not
off, he's off, he's
No, he's not,
off,
because it was...
He's off.
good tackle.
Chaps, but do you want... So, Carragher and Neville had this argument, right?
Yeah.
So, Unai Emery's now coming in, and so Neville's argument was that he should play his ethos now, no matter how bad Cech is at it, because it's going to build a bit of continuity, and when players come in further on down the line, they'll be more accustomed to it. Carragher's saying, without the personnel, they should be adopting a more pragmatic system, they should be pumping it long, they shouldn't be playing it short. So whose camp are you in? Because, I mean, you're kind of saying they shouldn't be doing that sort of thing, but as Arsenal fans, I imagine, like the rest of them, you've been clamouring for a change of system, a change of means of playing for the last 5 years. And now you're kind of getting it, but there's going to be a rough patch, right?
I think the thing is, it depends how you see it. It's like whether you want like a short-term or long-term kind of vision, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's kind of like if we would just, for example, say, right, let's just play like, for example, like the long ball, because that's what Peter Cech is kind of used to, right? Yeah, we might have a decent one in one of the cups, but it's about having a bit of trust in Emery and saying, no, we are going to build around your like outlook. And, you know, there might be some very dark days in the short term, but it's whether or not we have enough trust in this manager that he's going to be able to take us back to the glory times. And if it is, then we have to put up with, you know, some really cheap, shocking goals that we have to concede, and then just hope that the boys up top can kind of bail us out enough that we don't lose enough momentum, that we start to slip down, from like 6th to 8th time. You know what I mean? We at least need to see momentum.
Yeah. Okay. So as long as you're seeing progress, you don't mind these little mishaps. What about you, Josh? Do you think they should?
I mean, my issue is that it's not a long-term plan. If you don't check it, isn't a long-term plan, right? So why are we playing a system that doesn't suit the players that we've got now and aren't in our future? Like,
It's question why you aren't playing the new goalkeeper, right?
I don't get what's going on.
I'm asking that question. Fantasy football, come on. I need him. I need him now.
Yeah. But like, I doubt this back four is going to last another 2 years.
No.
You know, I mean, I doubt that our keeper's going to last another 2 years.
Yeah.
So why, if it's a long-term plan, we need to be we need to be using the new signings, and we need to be, implementing that system with the new players that he's picked and he's chosen. So I don't really understand it.
Come on.
We have it.
Yeah.
Back to the game at hand, because every time I look up, I've got to say,
You're right.
they're going, Newcastle are being nice and direct, and they're targeting that right centre-half, aren't they? Is it Socrates? Or is it Mustafi? Because the ball is going deep every time.
I don't think they know who's playing at right centre-half and left centre-half.
It's probably because, I mean, Richie has the best delivery in that Newcastle side, doesn't he? He was there, he was pivotal for them at the tail end of last season, a bit of an assist machine, so maybe they're not targeting anyone specific, it's just where the ball's landing. But here we go again.
Oh, God.
It's like a nice little mini game, isn't it? Just will they get out of their own 18-yard box?
No, but this is constant. Every game, we give away so much possession, but in dangerous positions as well.
So
we end up giving away cheap free kicks or corners. It's just...
You're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Oh, it's just stupid, Dorman. Stupid.
Dorman, do we have any
This
questions?
is better, though. I like the yes.
Put that on pause, Dorman.
Right, you've got time, Barry.
Hey, you've won a corner. Come on.
It's the worst cross.
That's the best move you put together all game.
The thing is, Bennett, right? He gets in such amazing positions. I feel like someone, if he's going to play as wing back, right, like, that is something he can practice in training. Just get past the player and cross it. The amount of times he doesn't beat the first man from that right wing position, it does my.
But we used to have the same problem with. Listen, we had Thierry Henry taking our corners at times. Like, then we've had Walcott could never cross.
No.
Right, Hecky B can't cross.
Yeah.
But Monreal's really got the best delivery.
Get Welbs on.
Yeah.
Get big Welbs.
That guy, man.
Get big Welbs on.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like I feel like that is something you can practice in training. Oh, Man City through. Oh, sorry, looking at both games.
Let's go over to Brazier. What happened, mate?
Raheem Sterling through, gone underneath the keeper, and it's gone off the bar. But as we say that, Cardiff have scored at Stamford Bridge.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't.
And I think
Cardiff are absolutely toilet. Come on, what's happened, Will?
I'm just waiting to hear who scored. I was distracted by City going through. Sol Bamba, Neil Warnock's son, he's gone up and he scored from a corner. It's all going off, Hamill. I'm glad I've had a coffee.
Ex-City, what a guy. He has had a fascinating
It's a free
career.
kick, it's gone back across and Bamba's popped up. It's a little karate kick in.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Full Jackie Chan.
So, Chelsea's 100% record under
Come on, Kings. Oh, that's
He's cleaned someone out.
Nice.
That was very, very good defending from Guendouzi then.
And also in the Leicester game, Ryan Fraser went through, thought he should have had a penalty. Looking at the replays, a bit of a dive from the young lad, so not nice to see on a Saturday afternoon. Chelsea are through as well, and I think Hazard just had a shot pops off, all going off.
Scenes.
Very well handled there, Will.
That was.
Cheers, mate.
Absolutely natural in that seat. You know, sometimes the seat can consume you, but look, he's finished his tea already. Get the man another tea. Come on.
It's too much action.
Dorman, have we got any fan questions, bud?
Yeah, the question from David Brent 1, and he has asked...
Excuse me?
Is this your other account? It is, isn't it? He's obsessed with The Office.
Can Aubameyang win the Golden Boot?
No.
Why not? What makes you say no?
Because he hasn't got the players around him to help him. I mean, you need to be consistently scoring goals in games. I mean, everyone needs to be on that
But
same
he's got
level.
Mesut Ozil, who was creating 4 chances a game last season.
Playing Mesut off the right and then off the left and then getting him to cut in. Just get Ramsey.
Even if he plays
Mesut in
with
the middle.
Lacazette, do you
No,
think
but I
there's a
think
chance?
that's the thing. If you play Lacazette, he plays through the middle, and then Aubameyang has to go onto the left. So he it's almost like
You don't want
gets a little bit
Lacazette to be
sacrificed.
eating up Aubameyang's goals, but then you don't want to play Aubameyang on his own.
Yeah.
Because he
Well, in
doesn't
saying
get
that,
the help.
in the last 6 games they started together, they've scored 6 each.
Yeah, that's true.
They have been deadly together. But if not Aubameyang, then who, chaps?
What, in the Premier League
Obviously,
or like in
you've got
Europe?
the usual candidates,
Golden Boot
Harry
Europe.
Kane.
As a
Yeah.
Kane.
Well, the Premier League's top goal scorer, Harry Kane, Mo Salah, Sergio Aguero. Can you look beyond either of, well, any of them 3?
I feel that Mo Salah will get a lot of goals. I don't think he'll do the same heights he did last season.
Yeah.
I think he's still a top, kind of striker. I think Kane's going to be up there as much as it pains me to say. He's just, yeah.
He started the season. I mean, I know he's a notoriously slow starter, but he does not look that fit at the start of this
doesn't,
season.
He probably...
He didn't look that fit in the World Cup either.
Well, from the round of 16 onwards,
Yeah.
he just looks
He was
especially
just
after,
shattered,
doesn't
especially
he?
after the Colombia game, he didn't.
I don't think he can look past Aguero, to be honest, in that City team.
Aguero.
He hasn't had the best start, but I think throughout the 38 games this season, he will rack up hefty goals.
Yeah. It was interesting to hear from Aguero that he's been carrying a knee injury for 5 years, and he's finally had surgery on it. Well, he had it at the end of last season, I think. If you watched the All or Nothing documentary, you'd have known. But after that, he said he's felt the best he's ever felt. So,
Really?
yeah,
Scary.
I think people should be scared of Aguero this year, big time.
I think without shadow of doubt, Aubameyang will definitely get goals. You know, I reckon he'll get.
Yeah, he's 25.
Yeah,
Good
25
on
goals
him.
this season.
I think similar like levels of Salah this season. I think they'll both go about 25. Aguero, Kane might be like a couple of goals ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I think that they won't necessarily get as many goals is because I think we're going to be playing different systems. There's going to be a learning curve. We're going to lose games that maybe we should win just because we're trying things out and trying players in different positions. So I hope he does get goals, but I think this season's a bit of a learning
I mean,
curve.
was he not Arsenal's top scorer in the league last season, even though he only
Got,
came
what,
in
15th?
January?
Yeah, from
Lacazette
wasn't it?
One
Lacazette
could have
was-
scored, Ryan Fraser.
Oh, the imp scored. Over to Will.
He could have been booked for a penalty for a dive earlier, but he's curled one in edge of the box. It's a bit like Thierry Henry-esque. Ryan Fraser and Thierry Henry.
This better live up to expectation, because nothing's happening in the Arsenal.
I've said that now.
Newcastle.
It's a corner. Here we go. Mesut.
I've instantly
Straight on
regretted it.
Lacazette's bont. No, straight on Mustafi's bonds. Watch this.
All right.
Watch this.
We'll go back to Will for a description of the goal after this corner.
Go on.
Oh, delivery.
Oh, he's
a
hammered that in. Absolute walnut whip. Go on then, describe the goal,
Walnut
Brazier.
whip.
Josh King centred the ball, lays it off. Ryan Fraser keeps
Oh, I
on
like
running,
that.
edge of the box, curls it in, low drive, but you know that nice whip. That
Which Thierry Henry goal were you talking about, mate?
That one. As soon as I said it, I instantly regretted it. But, Ryan Fraser, the next Thierry Henry, you've heard it here first.
That's a lovely
It
finish.
is a lovely finish.
Lovely
And,
finish.
Chelsea could have equalised as well at Stamford Bridge. Jorginho going through after a lovely little flick from Olivier Giroud.
And Giroud starting there over Morata.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's Morata is
Oh, not a Morata fan?
toilet, mate.
We don't beat around the bush, Josh. Just say what you mean, mate.
No, but come on.
Yeah, hasn't he got the worst one-on-one?
Oh, I thought you were in there. Go on.
The worst one-on-one conversion ratio in the league, hasn't he?
Oh, what has he done here?
Oh, no.
This is not
Was that
ideal, is
Nacho
it?
Monreal, normally
Hang on,
Mr. Reliable?
Definitely Mustafi.
Oh.
Good defending, Socrates.
Who's just been gassed by Socrates?
Yeah.
Because that is totally unacceptable.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mustafi. He's actually got a little bit of
No,
a
I think I'm pretty sure Mustafi on the
No,
floor.
it's Mustafi makes a mistake.
What has he done here?
Oh, my
But that
God.
is typical. Right?
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
The flight of the ball has actually taken him down.
Yeah, it's very windy. It's very windy. Don't get...
St James's Park.
Yeah.
70-mile gale force winds.
It's Isaac Hayden. He's got a little bit of gas about him, and Socrates has caught him up there. Oh, that's Murphy, yeah.
Come on, Mustafi. Compose yourself now. Stupid.
Ooh, it's found its way to the back
bouncing
post
It's
there.
panic stations every time the ball goes in the box. Oh, God.
Big Pete, he's put it back into a danger area.
Get him out now, get him out!
Yes, find the corners.
Hey, this is...
That's a 10 defensive.
This is ragged stuff.
Mate, that bloody 5-0's not looking good, is it?
Yeah. I mean, not convincing defending that corner.
2-0 City. David Silva's just banged one in.
Over to Brazier.
I tell you what, it's ping-ponging around in the area. David Silva's popped up, absolutely smashed one off the underside of the bar. Don't know who got the assist, but City 2-0 up against Fulham and looking strong, very strong.
Maggio strikes again. What a player. What a player. City's best ever player in the Premier League era, in my opinion.
David Silva?
Yeah.
I actually shared a toilet with him once.
Yeah?
Very nice man.
Urinal or...
What, the same cubicle?
Well, you know, like the...
Do you play swords?
Like the fit that? What? No, mate, he's...
Well,
For like a small man.
I quite like this line of conversation. Has anyone else shared a toilet with a professional footballer? I had Didier Gaff, Celtic's former right back, when I was watching Celtic versus Barcelona. I went, looked at him on the urinal and went, right, Didier. And that was it. He just went, hello.
yeah, but when you did that, did you make eye contact and locked?
Lingered. I was beyond the 7-second rule.
Jimmy Carr once held the toilet door open for me.
That's
He didn't do the laugh, so what's the point?
Sean Dyche in a
Wow.
in a service.
Scary man.
Yeah, he's way taller than I thought. I was just
Where did you bump into Sean Dyche?
on the way back from Liverpool.
Was it just you two in the toilet?
Of course.
Yeah.
His natural habitat. So, eating a Ginster's pasta. Just going up and down the M1, having eaten every Ginster's pasta.
He actually doesn't have a home. He just travels between stations.
Right, back to the game in hand then. What are we saying, chaps? Because this is looking pretty
It's been a very
stationary
poor
from
start from
Arsenal.
Arsenal. This hasn't been...
It's a bit
Defensively
uninspiring.
shambolic.
Uninspiring.
Come on, Ozil. This is where I've not seen Ramsey touch the ball.
But there, another flick. That's Ramsey's favourite.
Oh, he's in on that.
I like that Lacazette
Flick
drops deep. Very willing to join up with.
But I don't want
with
that. I
link-up
want my
play.
centre forward up there.
He makes really intelligent runs. Like he
does.
I like him, but yeah, I think he's a bit frustrated about not getting the ball. Maybe.
But he's kind of that Firmino-esque player where he kind of drops off. He's harder to pick up as a result.
Solid defence.
And like we were saying earlier, your top goal scorer in the league last year, despite starting.
This is it. Bamiyang.
Get the pace.
Oh, good tackle!
Foul, surely.
Good tackle!
Surely.
That's a
Is that Paul Dummett?
Come on, Bamiyang.
Lacazzette's supposed to be, supposed to be
I
pacey.
thought he was through.
Showing up,
Yeah.
mate.
If he takes one more.
I thought he was gone.
That's me water. Out of
Right.
a can.
We got any decent questions? Fire off to the panel.
Ashley Toomey has asked, with the formation Emery plays, do Arsenal need to ask more of their wingers defensively?
No,
Do
we
they
don't,
need
we
to track
don't
back
have
more?
any wingers.
Well, I mean,
Who's the winger?
at the minute it's Aubameyang and Ozil.
Yeah, and they're like the most central wingers you've ever seen in your life.
Coming in, yeah, it's like...
We got like that's yeah.
Head's gone already.
Lost for words. Abs, what have you done with that question? You rattled the game. I mean, can you?
Can we have some positive questions?
Yeah,
please?
Some positive.
You find something generates a little bit
Talk
more
about the good old
positivity.
days, yeah.
Okay.
That's a great tackle, by the way.
It was, but he should be quicker.
Rafa Benitez.
What was happening? I thought.
Rafa Benitez's teams are always hard to break. You've done very well there, because
Yeah,
a lot of
I'm
people
just-
struggle with them.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry about
And
that.
by very well, I mean you've embarrassed yourself. Here we go.
come on,
Arsenal have a
Xhaka.
free kick. Xhaka,
Just do something, mate.
edge of the box.
Come on. Just find the red shirt.
He's useless. This won't be the first
Oh,
man.
don't get me started.
Yes,
First, second man.
Come on.
I mean, the fact Ozil has...
Love that.
Oh, side netting. The fact that Ozil's gone to 12-1 for next goal scorer is a good indication of how this game is going
12-1.
for Arsenal. Jose Perez, next goal scorer, 10-1. Like I said, Newcastle's top goal scorer last season with 8 in the league. 10 in all competitions, though. And Will Showick on his tee.
Couldn't quite believe it.
What's happened?
No, I just couldn't believe the odds for Jose Perez. Absolutely shocking there. No, but nothing has happened. Leicester have got a very dangerous free kick. Centre. Remember Kieran Trippier against Croatia? We're in a similar sort of position for James Maddison. We mentioned him earlier.
The apple of your eye, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Is he going to back? I've actually been really impressed with
he's
that
a
transition
really
from
good
Norwich to
start
Leicester.
this season.
I think it's either Chilwell or Maddison. But yeah, caught my eye in that first game at Old Trafford on Friday night. Steps up.
We've got the two Arsenal fans watching the Leicester game. Back to our feature game anyway. The cagey affair at St James's Park.
What a pass that is, though. Confusion tactics. I
And
like it.
it's coming down with snow on it from Socrates. What's happened?
How's his touch, Mustafi?
What's going on?
Oh, we are in bits.
It's quite hard to identify between Socrates and Mustafi because they're both
Both useless.
playing
Is the word, isn't it,
relatively
after?
bad. Yes.
Newcastle must have about 60% possession, easily.
Yeah, look at
Newcastle had 20% possession in their last game.
Yeah.
And they're bullying us now.
Yeah.
I think it was like sub 15
Right, this is it.
against Chelsea.
This is it. Go on.
Yeah, I think it's one of the lowest
Chelsea are so
overall
much.
possessions.
So we talk about new.
Right, it's a chance.
Hello,
Trust
go
me.
on then.
It's a chance. Oh, for goodness.
Who was even making that run?
All right, Jackson. We talk about new ethoses, new ways of playing.
Yeah.
So it's happened pretty quickly at Chelsea with Sarri. Obviously, Jorginho's
Well,
a
they got
linchpin
lucky.
in that side.
They got lucky.
What do you mean they got lucky? Calibre
Well,
of manager.
we should have
Just-
smashed them, all right? And then as soon as you go from, like, at the moment, they won four games on the bounce,
Yeah.
right? As soon as you lose one, your
I mean,
momentum's
they are
gone.
losing
and
to
that-
Cardiff, but
Well, cool.
up the dip.
Yeah,
So-
no, don't get me wrong. He's definitely done
Yeah.
well, and he's kind of, he's done all right.
They're actually my dark horses for Champions League qualification. Do you think they'll sneak in there, Chelsea? Boys, what do we think? Will? Any credence?
I don't
to that
think that's
statement?
much of a dark horse, Chris. You're not really putting yourself on the line.
I mean, I think the top four's pretty set.
Watford would be a dark horse for me.
I mean, that'd be stupid, wouldn't it? A dark horse.
Could do a Leicester this year. No?
Could do that. I think they'd do extremely well finishing in the top 10.
I think of the top four.
Watford, yeah.
Really?
I think they'll maybe 8th.
Troy Deeney's golden boot.
They play really
We get a
well.
little bit carried away. I mean, they were, the start of last season, they were doing fantastically well under Marco Silva, weren't they? And then
That is true.
we saw the tail end of the season. It fell off an absolute cliff.
Put it this way, if they don't win the league, I'd be surprised.
Right.
This is it now.
What's
Come on.
happening? Let's go on.
Oh, God, not
Well,
much.
just relax. Don't try and force it. Let's just try and build something. Let's get a bit of possession.
Okay,
Go on,
cool.
Aubameyang.
Yedlin is like a 100-metre sprinter. That's all he does.
Yeah, Lynn's lightning. Are you pro or against Xhaka, and do you see any redeemable qualities in him, Josh?
Josh, yeah.
I know what your thoughts are on him, for God's sake.
Are there any pros that come with Xhaka?
That's what I'm asking you.
I really
As the
don't
Arsenal
think so.
fan.
Like when I spent a lot of energy trying to convince myself and everyone around me that he actually was any good when he first came. I thought, yeah, no, listen, like, he gets involved, he likes to tackle,
Yeah.
like he got a very crisp pass of the ball, but he's actually rubbish.
I think the thing is,
He's actually just useless.
it's
And
like he adds no value.
I saw.
And the thing is, you know when you have like your kind of like your old school just like midfielder,
Yeah.
as in they're not defensive, they don't attack, right? At least them kind of players, if you played in big games when you knew you weren't going to have much of the ball, they would be disciplined.
Yeah.
This fella, he's more likely to get sent off than he is to do anything else. Yeah.
When we used to have Xhaka and Ramsey in the middle, like Ramsey would be playing, like, you know what I mean? He'd be getting caught offside for some reason. He's playing as a striker. Xhaka's making challenges where he doesn't need to.
Thought you were in.
Yeah, Xhaka's doing too much. Like, oh God.
I think it's quite telling of where Arsenal are at the minute, because if you look at any good team, their spine is solid. Like, look at United in 08.
United, good team.
United?
No,
You know,
from
in 08. In 08.
Oh, in 08, okay.
Vidic, Ferdinand, Scholes.
Vieira.
Oh, wait, yeah,
Can you tell which team
you know.
which team Pete supports everyone?
You had a spine. You had a spine that you could rely on. Your defensive spine is Czech, Mustafi, Socrates, and Xhaka. You know, well, how can you build a team around that?
Well, when like Koscielny comes back.
There's barely a football. Yeah, what, next year?
Shawnee doesn't have
He's
any
not coming
Achilles,
back.
mate.
Yeah.
He's still better than
Play him on crutches.
Yeah, wheel him in now.
Yeah, come on.
Right,
To be fair-
Newcastle back on the offensive. Have we got any questions while the camera's on a picture of
just-
John Shelby's?
Yeah.
Very
Lord
annoying.
Voldemort. I did just put a poll out about should Xhaka be starting for Arsenal, and it's 73% for no.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
you know, fairly
A chance.
Is he off?
overriding
Is he
here.
off?
no.
Oh, he's on. Aubameyang has stayed on.
Yeah, and again,
This isn't-
second.
Good ball.
Oh, you don't really want him out there, do you, whipping those balls in?
Yeah.
For Dorman, he was an absolute shot monster inside the box, clearly where he feels most comfortable, and peeling off to the left. He can play across that front three, can't he? But you need goals.
Come on, Nacho.
Scored 3 in your last 2 games. You wouldn't be able to tell watching
Nah,
this
we-
dross, would you, in the opening
wouldn't
half
have
an
shot
hour?
the
No. No.
Will, anything happening in the other games
Just
more
a cou-
lively than this?
Just a couple of yellow cards. Harry Maguire? Harry Maguire's gone in the book for Leicester. Huddersfield went...
Why? What's the old slabhead then there?
Callum Wilson coming through, and it looked nastier than it was on first reflection, but he just stopped him an attacking flow.
Goodness sake.
Del Potro went close for Huddersfield, but yeah, Chelsea dominating against Cardiff, but still haven't scored. So, and I watched the replay. Sol Bamba ran all the way to Neil Warnock for his celebration, hugged, embraced, and
Father and son.
it's just a nice moment. It's great to see.
Warm embrace.
Love that. Neil Warnock. I think this Cardiff team could could fare worse than Billy
Derby.
Davis's Derby team?
Yeah.
No chance.
Oh, wow, that was a bad
What's that? Less than
season.
12 points.
Oh, they were so bad.
Oh,
I don't know where they got.
That,
Yeah,
that,
but like you
that
said,
year was dark time
Yeah.
for Derby.
when you've got Bobby Reid up front for
Kenny Miller. They had
I
a
went to
front.
Derby with that year. I went to Derby where I think Adebayor scored about 24 goals. Honestly, stop counting after 6.
Just absolutely ran amok. Another dangerous ball in there from Yedlin, and
That was the thing about Adebayor. There was a season he was unbelievable, and then he got that new contract, and he just changed.
Did you know what it is? I think he scored
Amazing.
30 goals in a season.
Yeah.
Right, in all competitions. He said, "Well, I want that kind of money."
And then we
Arsenal
actually got to him, and then he just
He went, "Okay, good."
so what Arsenal player would you two take out of a past team to fix this current team? And
well.
I mean, let's not go on, Rick. You've already got a
I
potent
was
strike
about to-
force.
I was
but,
about to say.
you know, if you're moaning about Xhaka, what midfielder would you bring back?
Patrick Vieira, mate. If we get, you see when I was a kid, like Patrick Vieira was my favourite player because the amount of times I'd see him just drag games that we had no right to win and go, you know what, we are not losing today. And I just do not see this in this crop of
And organisation-wise,
yeah.
like, he would tell people, right, you need to be here, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that.
And the thing was, Vieira, he would do that from such a young age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes. But again, the team he came into, there was a lot of leaders in there, so he could learn a lot. You know, you had your Adams, Bolds, all these kind of guys. You know, it's just if you're a young player coming through this, it's like you don't.
Yeah, you're missing that.
Yeah, you are kind of missing it. Don't get me wrong, that's not an excuse. It's still 11 players versus 11 players. You know what I mean? But just you know, see more. I just want to see. That's why I was a little bit gutted when I saw like Jack Wilshere leave. You know what I mean? Because as much as don't
You loved him, though, didn't you?
I did love Jack Wilshere because when I saw him as a kid, when he was a kid, whatever. When he was younger, he was unbelievable. And then
He's not younger than you.
he is younger than me, yeah. Yeah.
That was unnecessary. Yeah, it took a sting
I
out of
mean,
it, didn't it?
that's
Bloody
right,
hell,
isn't it,
Dorman.
Everyone's been digging me
Is
out.
it now?
I'm getting back in this.
What about you, Josh?
Oh, go on.
Hang on.
Take your time.
What is that, mate? Who even is that?
Ramsey.
Shock.
Just
Aaron
composure.
Ramsey. I like Aaron Ramsey. Why are you two hating on
do you
him?
like
You just took a pitch and wedge out.
What I like about Aaron Ramsey, he
Just compose
arrives.
yourself.
I mean, he was your second top goal in the league last
He's
season.
a diet Frank Lampard. Sugar-free.
I mean,
mate.
that was poor. That was.
He concentrates too much on flicks and tricks and
Yeah.
like I don't know why he's dribbling into corners and blind alleys and
I mean, the thing is, he's not as good as he thinks he is.
no, if he just kept things simple. He's great.
Yeah.
He's great when he just goes quick 5, 10, 15 yard passes. That's all right.
What was that?
Wow.
James Maddison off the bar for Leicester.
Ooh.
He's getting closer. We've singled him out, so he's 100% going to not score today.
This is
Right.
better. This is
Talking-
better for
Talking
us
of
now.
scoring, Lacazette is at 5-1 on Sky
Oh,
Bet.
that's
If
definitely
you want
worth
to
a quid.
take a
Yeah,
little
I
cheeky
reckon
punt on Lacazette.
£5 or £6.
I mean, I haven't seen him all game, and you are running into blind alleys, like Josh said. But Aaron Ramsey trying his best to unpick this Newcastle
What we
defence.
need to do is put him back on the right. Let's put Ozil for the middle, and let's get Ozil the ball.
Yeah. But what is the point of having Ramsey on the right as well? Because he's just it just adds no width. Like he just comes inside.
Emery's fuming.
Yeah.
Is he? Is he?
He should be.
Yeah.
This has been absolutely
100%.
woeful to watch.
Well,
And we picked this game because you're an Arsenal fan, Dave.
I know, mate.
So I hold you
Can
responsible.
we not change it over to like the City game?
Yes.
You always guarantee goals.
goals in that game.
Come on, Dorman, let's have a couple more questions, mate.
There's a question from Alexander, and he has asked, is this current Man City team the best team Pep has ever managed?
No.
that's a good question.
I mean, like,
Any
so
team
like
with
Barcelona,
Messi in it
the
is-
2008 Barcelona team was ridiculous. 2010 Barcelona team.
Yeah, I actually quite liked his first Barcelona team with Yaya Toure at centre back. That was quite robust.
Oh, yeah.
That was like I think they could play any which way. But yeah, you're right.
What was the Wembley final when they won? Was that the
No,
08?
maybe United.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
like
that team.
They played us off
Yeah.
the park.
David Villa
That
scored
wasn't even
that.
close.
Curler.
I'll take
Go on then.
I mean-
what do we make
But
that?
you
lads?
know that team, Arsenal beat them in that actual Champions League stage or whatever it is. You know,
But we beat him
even-
2-1.
beat them 2-1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. Arshavin.
Arshavin!
Oh my God! I was going off in the stands. It was great. Sensational.
In
time.
saying that, playing devil's advocate about City last year, you know, people say the Premier League is the toughest league, and he went and did like unheard of things last year. You know, 100 points,
Centurions.
most goals, most wins, most consecutive wins. You know, in terms of
Oh, we
achievements,
doing-
I think they're up there. They might not be in
Yeah.
terms of like holistic the best quality of team, but what he's been able to achieve from them.
Yeah.
And they did it without a 40-goal striker,
Yeah.
so he's always had Messi and in other great sides, you know, the Real Madrid's, Mourinho's Real Madrid, Pellegrini's Real Madrid, you know, Ronaldo scoring 40-plus goals. and you've just got like 5 or 6 guys who
Yeah,
who'll
you got
score
like
20
Raheem
each.
Sterling
Yeah.
on the wing, chipping in with like 32 goal involvements across the
They're,
season.
like, they're more than the sum of their parts, but the
Yeah.
individuals are still incredible.
I think that's the thing.
I think they could give anyone a game.
I think that's actually quite scary about this Man City. There's probably more to come from this Man City team. They're young, you know what I mean? They seem to...
Anyone a game in terms of his other sides. I think that this Man City team would match up to those other sides. But any more questions? That was a good one, mate. Well done.
I'm just looking now, and guys, don't forget to get at us on Twitter at Football Daily UK or at Soccer AM with the hashtag #TheFootballSocial, and we will answer your questions live on air. The next question has come from Stephen.
Goal, Bournemouth. Sorry, Dorman.
That's rude, but it's cool.
Yeah, sorry, mate. It's Callum Wilson's gone through.
Oh, yeah?
Sorry, Ryan Fraser again, the Thierry Henry-esque Scottish-born player. It's gone through. I think it was a ball. He might slightly be offside, but he slid it under Kasper Schmeichel. 2-0 to Bournemouth.
Hazard
And this is
Hazard's just bagged as
Hazard scored for Chelsea as well.
It's all kicking off in the other games.
What?
Come on, Will, mate. Get to grips with it.
Right, Hazard
you
has
Hazard
scored. Just going to have to watch the replay to catch up on that one.
No probs.
Etheridge looking dejected. He'd been putting some good
Foul it!
saves.
Right, go on. Sorry, Will.
No, it's all right, mate. I'm waiting for this replay to come in. It's too many goals.
It's a lovely goal from Ryan Fraser, and this isn't good for Leicester because not a lot of people are Puel fans at current at the King Power.
I tell you what, it's not good for, Chris, the accumulator.
Yeah, we're done for that.
Replay's coming in now. Nice bit of exchange on the edge of the box. Low drive, right in the corner. Hits the side net, and you're not going to
Bread and
save it there.
butter.
Hazard at his best. 1-1 Chelsea.
He has started the season.
He's someone I think is
incredible
going
as
to
well.
really push. He had a fantastic World Cup as well.
I mean, if you're Eden Hazard, you must be very excited at the prospect of finally playing under an attack-minded coach. Jose
for the-
Mourinho.
Come on, Xhaka.
Conte.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, it's not-
One for the Arsenal fans as well. Giroud involved. There's definitely in the second goal, but some great link-up play as well. So.
And Sammy rested him at the start
Crystal
of the
Palace
season.
have scored. Sorry,
Oh,
Chris.
hello. No, please, go
Nobody
on, mate.
talk. There's too many goals.
Eagles.
Wilfried Zaha scored for Crystal Palace.
Qualities in my dream team.
Is he? I think he's in mine. He was a 75%
in mine
download.
as well.
I might have taken that. Oh no, what? But I think I just went for the replay again. Too many goals trying to catch up with it.
It's all booting off in the other game, lads. I'm looking at you, Dave.
Mate, this is shocking. But
Just drops.
I'll be honest. I'm actually happy that we're not actually losing because like this is, you know.
Oh, sorry.
We will definitely win this game. It's just got to be a bit patient.
I think Will's got the game. Will's got the goal, sorry.
Zaha scored an absolute screamer. Cuts inside in the box on his right foot. Not as good. Remember that Harry Kane goal against Arsenal?
Yeah.
A bit more in, but
Go on.
Yes, attack it! No.
I see the comparison, Will. I see the comparison.
It's a bit
this
closer
ti-
in, but you
this
see what
time
I'm getting
round.
at?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the angle's a bit friendlier, but... So we've got two players there, Eden Hazard and Zaha, who may well have their best individual seasons yet. Hazard, 5 and 5 for club and country. Will, what do you make of his start? Are you a big fan of his?
really like him. Was very, very surprised that he didn't make the move to Real Madrid in the summer, and they managed to keep hold of him. But like we were talking about, some dark horses for top 4. Could they keep pushing on? 100% record so far.
Yeah, still got a perfect record. Them
And they'd like not having
Liverpool
Champions League football as well.
and
so.
Watford, yeah.
So
Dorman.
yeah, no, I like him.
Question here from Stephen, and he has asked, who will be the breakout star of the year in the Premier League?
James Maddison.
Are you his agent? What's going on?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Breakout stars. I mean, I have been impressed with the way Richarlison has taken to life at Everton, but I mean, can you call him a breakout star after a £50 million move? I'm not so sure. Gents, do we have?
We need
our eyes
to
on
get
other people?
Bamiyang for the middle. I don't really care about breakout style, mate. This is doing my head in.
I mean, I would put my hat into Ryan Sessegnon.
Okay.
He obviously tore it up in the Championship last year. First ever player to be nominated for the Young Player of the Year from the Championship. Fulham haven't had a fantastic start. You know, had a baptism of fire kind of. But I think of that team, he's at 17, just turned 18. He's that like spark of that team. He's going to be the crux of their attack.
They're rotating him though with Vieto. I think Jukanovic has handled him quite well at the start of this season because he doesn't want to put too much responsibility on his shoulders. But yeah, I mean, the fact that he was on the peripheries of like the England setup was
from a Championship Fulham team
was crazy.
But yeah, also I think because he's so young, you need to manage him and not burn him out before he's even had a chance to hit his peak.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes!
Oh,
Deliver.
Oh,
hit it.
Oh, Josh, take us through the build-up, mate.
We've got the ball wide. Hecky B's supposed to deliver it into the box, and it's kind of popped around a little bit like pinball, and
You're going to concede.
Oh, there we go.
That is meaty.
Who's that, Socrates?
Is that Socrates?
Of course it was.
Yeah, I think he was probably...
Sorry, Chris, there's a penalty at Bournemouth and it could be 3-0.
Oh, dear.
Never apologise, Will.
I
Just
never
doing
will
your job,
again.
mate.
You say that now, you'll be wanting apologies later. Ricardo, handball, I think, on the edge of the area. Looks a bit dicey, but the referee's given it. And I think it's Josh King stepping up, not giving Ryan Fraser the hat-trick.
This is absolutely shambolic from Leicester. What is going on?
The accumulator's off.
Our second team, William.
Whoever picked Leicester to win should have a long hard look at themselves.
no.
It's 3-0. It's 3-0. Josh King, Ryan Fraser.
When was the last
too.
time Bournemouth scored 3? Against Chelsea the last season, probably. Oh,
But yeah, they're
Strugsville
going
for Leicester.
absolutely wild.
Who did pick Leicester? Was that you, Chris?
No, it wasn't me.
That was me, sorry. No,
Oh, big
But
fan.
you
I should have
still
taken a
get-
hit there for you, Will. As the
No,
guest,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
That would have been
if you could have done that, mate,
the right
that'd
thing
be
to
nice.
do. But
But you can
But
still
Fred,
get
you were
10
the
to
boss.
1 on Mesut Ozil to be first goal scorer, right?
it's 12 to 1,
12
actually.
to 1, that's definitely
It's probably 20 to 1 now because this is an absolute joke so far, David. A couple of decent patches of build-up play in the last 5 minutes, but that's it really. Knocking it around here, quite lackadaisical at the back. Where's that energy
Yeah,
that is token in an Unai Emery's side? I remember when he first went to PSG.
Oh! No. Not
The most noticeable difference he brought to PSG was the intensity, and you're severely lacking it here.
Just don't have the players.
Yeah, I feel like we've got a few square pegs and round holes here at the moment. I think he's trying to fit players in. You know, I think Mesut Ozil's our most creative player, and we've got him playing out on the left or whatever it is. Aubameyang's definitely our best goal scorer, as much as I like I said, and we've got him playing on the left as well. So we've got two players playing on the left, so maybe Ozil's playing on the right. Either way, we've got two players that are not playing in a natural position.
But also,
frustrating.
This season, that has been the argument that has been put forward, being like that Arsenal aren't suited, the squad isn't suited to the system. So at what point does Emery cut and run in that? He just has to concede that his system isn't going to work with the squad, and he has to play to his strengths, the squad's strengths.
Yeah, that goes back to the conversation we were having earlier, doesn't it, about Neville's argument and Carragher's argument. I think he should be, regardless of playing personnel, should be trying, if he believes in this system, trying to introduce it now. That's why Guendouzi's getting minutes. I mean, and that's been one of the positives about Arsenal's start of the season, isn't it? And they have won the last 2 games, admittedly.
Goal at Stamford Bridge. Sol Bamba and Neil Warnock's boys. Hazard has done him in, and it's 2-1.
Cold.
Back at it, Eden.
Yeah.
Is it a good goal?
No, it was very, very scrappy. No comparisons this time. It was just a 6-yard box, bouncing around. Hazard's put it underneath the keeper. So, the shock is off. Chelsea 2-1.
Who'd have thought it? Cardiff actually, weren't going to hold out 70 minutes for the victory.
Who'd have thought it?
We're approaching half-time now. We're in the 42nd minute, and I'm really struggling for positives that day from an Arsenal perspective.
Yeah.
They've let Newcastle muddy up this
Look at
game.
the space.
Hello. Down this left-hand side. Where is Bellerin?
Oh,
Oh, no, he's put him on his bum.
Down. Oh, God.
Perez, back post, Matt Ritchie! Oh!
That was really good.
I don't want to rub it into...
Nacho Monreal again. That's
Shredding a fine line there.
But again, that's again Bellerin.
Gordon Ramsay at the back post.
That's a great shot. You said Gordon Ramsay.
That's good, that. I don't want to rub it into Dave and Josh, but Olivier Giroud with his second assist of the game.
Ooh.
What has Mustafi
He's an
done
assist
there?
merchant now. He's just stopped scoring, hasn't
He's
he?
the perfect target man.
I think he got his first goal in 10, actually, for France the other day. So well done,
Oh,
Olivier.
what? You see
One
it?
more question then before, this half-time whistle puts us out of our misery.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not an overly positive question, but what is Arsenal's future since they have already an old squad and most of them, and they don't have many prodigies coming through the academy? What does it mean?
Projects coming through.
Here you go.
Was that fellow...
Reece Nelson.
No, well, we've got him. He's gone
That's
to
a Hoffenheim.
He's gone to Hoffenheim. What was it at half-time? I tell you, he's a little like kind of blonde kid. I don't know his name.
What about Maitland-Niles, who started against
He'd be
Manchester
great.
City?
Yeah,
He's
very
a
good.
central midfielder, started at left-back, didn't
What's
he?
his name? I'll follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, he did really well.
Emma
Left
Rose.
back,
Emma Rose,
yeah.
Yeah, so one that you were ticking there.
yeah,
I could almost hear it.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
Neil
Ding, ding, ding.
back into last season had a really good stint at left back.
He's a good player, man. He's a good footballer. He's probably a little bit wasted at left-back, but much like Zinchenko at City, that's where he needs... If he's going to get minutes,
Yeah.
it's probably going to have to be in these
But then
utility
again,
roles.
at what point does he step up? How do you expect him to step up in the central midfield role 4 or 5
Well, I
seasons
don't
down
know,
the
I
line if
think-
he's been playing
yeah.
left back for 3 seasons?
Well, I think in this age group,
Completely different
if
game.
he can just get to Premiership minutes, it's absolutely fantastic. And then because throughout the season we are definitely going to have a few injuries, and then if you can try and claim that, is it half time? Is it shambles?
So the half-time whistle is gone. It's not been an opening 45, but things can only get better, Dave.
It's true.
Things
Can only get better. Yeah, but at least we're not losing, Hamill.
All right, we've gone from we're going to win 5-0 to at least we're not losing.
Yeah, 5-0. That was
They are the scenes at half-time, and look at that, Scunthorpe are beating Wimbledon 2-0. I think I would have rather watched that game than this game, but we go again for the second half, and we have a video coming your way soon, guys.
Still
for
gone
your
at Stamford
viewing
Bridge. Go on,
pleasure.
Cardiff. No, rubbish.
Hazard on hat-trick.
Well then.
Any more questions, though?
I mean, there is a lot of hate for Arsenal at the minute.
Yeah.
Conor McSherry, lads, do you think Ozil is overrated?
No.
I mean, if you ask a Michelin-starred chef to go and fry chicken in KFC, he can only
do
at that
so much,
level,
yeah.
mate, and that's what we're doing.
So you're saying,
Analogies that people can understand, and
he's,
that's why the people.
he's
they love
limited
him.
by Arsenal.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Look at me. Look at his teammates that he had at Real Madrid and look what he did, and then look what he's come to Arsenal. And
So-
he must be sat there in training going, you're rubbish.
So then what's next for him? If he's limited by Arsenal, he has to leave?
Yeah, but where can he go? Like, you know what I mean? Where can his stocks kind of dropped a little bit? People are kind of questioning him now. And then, you know, he's like, Dortmund maybe, Bayern potentially. Can't go Barcelona really. Like, where's he going to go? PSG? Probably.
I think if like a big Turkish club come and go, right, it's 60 million, I'd say, right, come on, mate.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's
Come
it.
on, mate.
Yeah.
Well, we're just waiting for the other games to come to an end before we go over to our video we've got for everyone.
No offside, is it?
And is anything happening in the dying embers of these games, Will?
So Raheem Sterling's just had a shot save, weaved his way through, went for a corner. Corner's come in, it's gone in, but it's offside. So it's still 2-0 to Manchester City going into half-time against Fulham. Nothing else elsewhere. Obviously, that massive shot down. No, not a shot, but 3-0 half-time to Bournemouth. The Crystal Palace winning 1-0 at Huddersfield, and obviously Chelsea have turned it around against Cardiff 2-1. So, yeah.
Right, so we're at half-time now for Bournemouth Leicester 3-0. This is not good news for Puel at all. I mean, he's just about keeping, you know, the Wolves at bay by beating Wolves. Didn't deserve to at all in that game when they beat them 2-0 at home. Wolves were by far the better side. A victory against Southampton as well was rather unconvincing. So let's see if if he can survive till Christmas, William.
There's only one man for the job.
Oh, yeah.
Craig Shakespeare needs to come back.
Shakespeare.
The assassin
Return of the
himself
Mac.
needs to come back.
All right. Fair play. Right, have we got... right, we're not going to go to all these questions because it's half-time now in the Manchester City game and David Silva there, you know, ordering his team about.
Yeah.
You definitely take words of wisdom from that man, wouldn't you? Eden Hazard there. Sol Bamba, more importantly. Our man of the moment.
Yeah, they'll be embracing that half-time, but a little bit disappointed that they haven't kept him out. Etheridge had some good saves as well, but Chelsea very much on top since the goal.
This is actually Hazard's
That's where
first
everyone-
Yeah,
brace
why is he not starting?
since February. Wow. So, banging form. Talking of banging form, Wilf Zaha, get him in your team. Oh, hello, Lucas Torreira we're seeing as well on the pitch at half-time. It's become a little bit habitual at the start of the season that he comes on for Xhaka in like the 60th minute. Why isn't he just starting?
Because
the new
Xhaka
acquisition?
will definitely be on a yellow card by then. So bring him off.
Do you think it's a fitness thing?
I think he kind of came in late, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, just you're a guy to put this World Cup, World Cup, and he kind of came make it late. And Guendouzi and Xhaka had the spots, so then you kind of need to play that way until you come out of form. But Xhaka's not in form, so get him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I really like Lucas Torreira as well. He was great for Sampdoria last season. He's been OK. He's blowing hot and cold since he's come in, but it must be finding it hard to adjust getting 20 minutes here or there. Let's go over to our accumulator for a quick update because we're not faring very well, are we, William? Starting with you, mate.
Well, I mean, who could have seen that? I mean, Ryan Fraser turns into Thierry Henry and Bournemouth are 3-0 up at half-time, so I would think Leicester 4-3 comeback's the only logical thing that can happen.
Dorman.
I like the way they've actually changed that to Dorman now as well.
Quality work from the graphics team. That is brilliant. Dave.
Yeah, winning. I said they would. So
Called it, absolutely. Home win, pretty elementary stuff there for Manchester City. Always going to be likely to be goals in that game because Fulham playing very openly, aren't they? Sticking to the guns at the start of the season. And Josh, I've got to say,
I mean, you've picked Arsenal, but
we will win this game.
Still retain faith?
I think it's going to be a stinky 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, that would be an Arsenal result to not deserve it, but just grab one.
I'll take that.
You know, I think that game's got a draw written all over it.
Nah.
Newcastle have been the better team.
We're going to score.
I think we're going to score, and I don't see Newcastle scoring.
Fair enough. Well, on that bombshell, we're going to go over to teammates with Smithy, who interviewed Nick Pope this week. Let's have it.
Matt Loughton, James Kartowski, every away trip, PlayStation's packed.
It's mainly games, consoles, iPads.
Yeah.
Any lads take anything a bit different, bit rascal?
Not that I've seen, but I suppose you'd hide it, wouldn't they? No, not that I've seen. Not seen anything too rascal. But PlayStation's that's probably the biggest bit of kit that goes to the away games. I think probably a few, to be fair. A lot of tracksuits going around. A couple of good ones. Anders Lindegaard the other day, we had a picture of him in the group. He looked like Woody off Toy Story. That went down fantastic. Had the pointy boots on. If he just had the hat, he'd have been the whole outfit.
So he wasn't trying to dress like Woody,
No,
he just looked like Woody?
Just the spray-on jeans and the big boots, yeah.
When he comes in looking like Woody, how do the other lads react?
No, just friendly. We're friendly banter, yeah, but let him know. Wood burner, Chris Wood.
Yeah?
He's got his... See that?
Yeah. The Dele Alli, the Lingard.
No, it's supposed to be a 9, I think.
Oh, right, OK.
I think that's how he sees it. Unless that could be a shout. He could have been the first person
Show it
to
to that camera there.
Yeah, like that. That looks right.
That is Woody's celebration.
But he kisses it as well.
OK.
But, yeah.
What about keepers? There's a lot of great keepers in Burnley.
Do you
practice any celebrations if you make a great save? It'd be great to see, wouldn't it? A keeper celebrating after making a good save.
Stuff, but I don't think, I think as a goalie, you're worried. Like, if you make a celebration, then they score a minute later. Outfield players don't worry about that sort of stuff. So it's more a mental thing. Like, if you make a save or anything, you try and keep calm. So you make a save, it goes out for a corner, and you celebrate, and they score from the corner. You look like, do you know what I mean? Bit of an idiot.
Really good point.
Charlie Taylor, nailed on.
Straight away with that answer?
Yeah, nailed on just everything from late or, not having the right socks on with his tracksuit.
Hang on a minute, you have to have the right socks on?
I have Puma socks, yeah. White socks.
Do you?
Yeah. And we've got the trainers as well. But if someone's getting fined, so we have the spins at the end of the week, and the board spins round, so no one knows who's got what sort of fine. But he's guaranteed 2 a week, I think.
So you have a board with it, and it just spins to say...
so you have the board, and then pictures that will be put in the group. So if someone's seen you with the wrong socks on, they've taken a picture without you knowing, and then without you knowing, it spins round on the the projector screen.
Wow.
So then you've got to then face the...
It's a lot of effort.
So if there's any disputes, there's a little jury as well. So then you've got to face the jury.
Hang on a minute, who's on the jury?
So you rotate it every week, so there's 5 lads.
Right.
So squad number. So it just keeps going round, keeps circling.
So you all have a go at being on the jury for the fines?
Yeah.
And then if it lands on you, you're part of the jury and you decide the fining system?
So the jury's set out before the start of spins, you call it.
Right, OK.
So when something comes on the board, but then sometimes people who are on the board are then in the jury. So they've got a spare vote then. So
there's a lot of attention to detail in this fining system.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good laugh, and we've had some real good ones in over there. Ben me for training and games. Like if he's on your team and you're doing something wrong, he's letting you know, even though you know. Ben will let you know, and he'll put in a good challenge for you as well. Phil Bardsley.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
He's the one looking at your squad I wouldn't want to be playing against.
If you're on his team. So Fridays we have a bit of tournament every week. So 3 teams rotate round, 1 team on the outside, 2 playing. You want Phil on your team. Day for a game. It's a trainer who plays. That's the way it should be. And he's a great squad member, sets a great example. But if I was a winger on a weekend and I was looking at him, you're thinking, game.
And off the pitch as well, you wouldn't want to mess with him either, would you?
Yeah, of course, It goes without saying. Stephen Defoe.
Really?
He's one of them player that can produce that bit of magic in his boots to open a game or score a goal that you won't see, like Bristol City year before last, scoop one over the goalie like a chip was, and then a free kick at Old Trafford as well last year with 2 you sit back after and you think, Yeah,
Yeah.
the boy can play. So yeah, he's top draw. All the lads are, we've got a good group. Obviously, Gaff's been there a long time, so if you don't get on with your gaffer, you don't often stick around too long, I don't think, in most places. But Matt Loughton maybe is a new contract every year for the last 3 years, I think. He's always in the news on the website. He's got a new contract, so yeah, Matt Loughton maybe. I'd like to think I'm up there. If it was like a general knowledge quiz, I think most players want me on our team. Mainly not because I'm great, it's just the other lads are a bit short, I think.
So what you're saying is not because you're particularly intelligent, but
I'm great,
the competition isn't brilliant.
I'd say so, yeah. We do a crossword, arrow word in the morning, a few of us, so that would probably be the intelligent table.
Hang on a minute. You do what? You do a crossword, arrow word?
Like an arrow word, yeah, so...
Explain what happens in that.
So, just a one-line clue.
Right.
Fill in the gaps. There's like 2 pictures in the corner, like celebrities.
And this is the whole Burnley squad?
No, it's just like the intelligent table, yeah.
You've got an intelligent table?
I'd say that's what it is now, I think.
Who's on the intelligent table?
I'd say Lee's lot, probably, so that'd be Matt Loughton, Jack Cork, chips in quite a lot. Ben Mee as well, he's quite intelligent. He's one with a book on an away game.
Right.
So I'd put him, he's up there as well.
And you have crosswords, you have a go
like an arrow word, yeah, just a cup of tea in the morning.
Nice, very nice that. And you win that regularly?
Complete it. We don't send it away for the £1,000.
Right,
okay. We have a good go at completing it most times, yeah. The chef as well, to be fair.
Yeah?
If we're short, I think he Googles it in the kitchen, but he comes out and he has the answer somehow. Charlie Taylor, Ashley Barnes, just, Robbie Brady's still not got a driving licence, so he's automatically in there. Never driven. He's been in the country, 10 years? So he's got to be in there as well. Not just for his driving, just he's not the smartest, I'd say. If lads went back and done the GCSEs, there'd be Fs all over the place.
Okay.
I think. Charlie Taylor, just brilliant about him. We had lads last December, November time telling him about the underfloor heating in the pitch, saying all the other pitch is covered in snow, can't train anywhere else, so we train here. And as we're warming up to train, it's weird, lads, isn't it? If you get down close and you really press into the pitch, you can feel the heat coming off. So Chaz is on his knees straight away, pushing, getting his ear close to it, trying to feel for the heat, and all the lads just fall over laughing, just watching him. So. Yeah, he's a great person to have in the dressing room.
Trying to warm himself up.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Brilliant.
Johan Berg Gudmundsson, he's always in there. He's always something not in his role, or there's something he needs in a match that's not quite right. So he's always in his ear, I'd say, asking for something.
Is that superstition, or is that just...
I don't know, I think he just needs something
right.
always, if it's not something from the kit man, he'll be in the physio room asking for tape or something. So he'll be always the one asking for things, yeah. Jeff Hendrick, Kevin Long, two Irish lads.
Popping out.
Yeah, just, a bit of rhythm. Whereas, got quite a few big stiff lads, like myself.
Worst answer then.
So I'd be up there, big Sam Vokes as well, just a bit stiff.
You and Vokes, are you putting there?
Yeah, I think so.
If you had a dance-off?
No, do you know what they'd be like? There'd be 10 or 12 of us, I think.
So if you and Vokes had a dance-off, who'd win?
Yeah, probably him, yeah.
Really?
So I'd say me, yeah.
Wow, OK.
So, if any of the other lads were doing this, they would say me.
Would they?
Yeah, I think so. So I'll say me and put myself out there.
Very honest. I like that.
Yeah.
Nick, top man. Thanks for your time.
Cheers for having me. Thank
no
you.
worries.
Not sure about Nick Pope's quote there about being one of many big stiff men at Burnley, but we'll just let's just skate over that. Let's revisit the game. The guys are out on the pitch at St James's. Arsenal first. Thoughts at half-time now you've had a moment to reflect. Starting with you, Dave Jackson.
OK, they're not getting... we're just too slow with the build-up. We've got to get much more pace. We need to get the ball quicker into us. For me, right now, Mesut Ozil is the key. We have to get him on the ball with...
Is he playing?
Exactly.
The banner's flying.
We just everything just needs to be quicker. Everything's got to be quicker,
Yeah. Denzel, what we're saying?
I think that we can only get better. That's what I'm going to say right now. And keep it PG. We can only get better.
Family-friendly
on now.
feedback there. And who's he come on for? Because if it's Xhaka, he might as well just start the next game.
I think it'll be Guendouzi.
Think he'll be Guendouzi?
That's what he does, but he's been one of our best players.
Yeah, but he consistently takes him off. and then ends up playing Torreira and Xhaka, who are essentially the same player.
Yeah,
Let's have a look.
Guendouzi and Torreira have a much more complementary skill set. 6.
Can you have a listen to the
that's
air?
nice,
Chris, who's you come on for? Or you not know? Your man in the producer studio thing, whatever it is. I want to know who's come off, basically. All right.
Can we clarify who's come off earlier? You know, they've not actually made the substitution yet, Jack. How exclusive
Sorry,
to be?
Mr. Producer.
Right, Torreira's come on now for...
Is he going to put his little finger up?
I don't know.
Please don't put
Right, I'm pretty sure he just shook Xhaka's hand.
Did he actually?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just slapped
Xhaka's still on. Dave
Guendouzi.
Jackson is going to be devastated. Right.
If it's not, if it's
No
not
clarification.
All we know is Torreira's on the pitch.
Right, we've kicked off then. All we know is Torreira is on.
playing with 12 men at the moment.
We need another.
Come on, this is better already. 3 passes together. I like it.
We started with the ball.
All right, can Torreira make the difference? He's definitely got that snap, that bite in central midfield. He's a bit more of a driving force, and he wins the ball back in very good areas.
Oh,
goodness.
Yeah.
So what?
Guendouzi's off.
Guendouzi is off. All right, we're going over to Bournemouth now. Ryan Fraser, there he is, the Scottish Messi.
Just Thierry Henry. How many times?
Come on, get it right.
No, mate, you've been
I
used
think
to
so. He's transcended that now.
He's gone on to the next level.
Yeah.
Leicester haven't really been this porous this season, and one of the sort of Puel's hallmarks is keeping it quite tight at the back. And you know, he's accused of playing. Wait, I got a full Nick Pope there. Accused of playing a boring brand of football, wasn't he? But 3-0.
To be fair, I watched them get the first game of the season at Old Trafford. Looked very decent. Took Maddison off. I keep mentioning Maddison. I am not his age. Just to clarify, I thought they looked really good.
As much as they were decent, I think United were very poor that game as well. United made them look good.
They've got some good players like Ricardo Pereira at right back, Damari Gray, Ben Chilwell kicking on. Obviously Jamie Vardy. So Eddie Howe just keeps doing it at Bournemouth over and over again, doesn't he?
And the man is out on the pitch there. Eden Hazard comes back onto the hallowed turf. Are they playing at the Stamford Bridge or?
Yeah, they are, mate.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, at Stamford Bridge.
Kepa,
what do you boys make of that £70 million move? Panic buy or not?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, right. It's not that he's not a good keeper, but he can be a good keeper, but also a panic buy. Courtois kind of forced their hand with that, and they overpaid for him. Yes, but again, on the last day of the window, you need to overpay. His stock went up 30 mil because they knew Chelsea needed to get someone in the door. Don't think he's a bad keeper, but he's not 71 mil.
He could be there for 10 years.
All right, so if we're talking 70 mil, do you think this man, Wolf Zaha, is worth 70 million? Because that's what he was quoted to be costing when Spurs showed interest very late on in the transfer market. Graham Souness said he could see him playing for Real Madrid. What do we think to that, Josh?
I've got a couple of really good mates who are Palace fans, and I'm telling you, you can't say a bad word about Zaha. Like he is God. Like he's something else. I think he's a quality player. And I think it didn't quite work out for him, you know. But I do think that he could step up the levels. But he's loyal.
Wow.
He's loyal. He's loyal, mate. What can I say? He's really loyal.
If anything, he is so valuable to Palace. So it's not even like how much is he worth in like the general market. It's how much is he worth to Palace.
Yeah.
Like if they
can't replace him. They cannot replace him.
Yeah, but then if he goes somewhere with a 70 million price tag, he's got that pressure on his shoulders to perform as a 70 million pound player, which I don't necessarily think he can do.
Anyway, Arsenal started well. We've got free kick. The Baron's been brought down. But please tell me he's all right.
I like in his last 10, Wolf Zaha. You boys could use him, don't you?
Don't worry.
I wouldn't mind him.
Wide player.
I think he's quality.
He's quite an Arsenal player.
He's a proper winger, isn't he?
Yeah.
He'll go out, he'll...
But you know what? It's consistency. I think what we've always lacked, like a winger with consistency. And like, you know, you don't want, if you bring in Zaha, you're not buying consistency. You're not buying someone who's just like Valencia, super consistent. You know what you're getting you know what you're getting.
He will hit the byline every single time. Yeah. Twitter questions, please, Dorman, because apparently they've been pouring in at half-time.
Yes, there's a question here from Football Rodri, who has asked, how long do you think it will be until Arsenal get into the Champions League? # the football social.
Go on, Josh, you take this one, mate.
4 years.
Yeah?
4 years?
I think 4 seasons. I think 4 seasons.
4 years?
Yeah, it's a long time. But like, if you look at... I've loved him.
Always rated him.
Is that coming Sunday?
He definitely should be on the pitch.
Who
said they should take him?
Where has that come from? Where has that come from?
Now watch me, Xhaka.
I missed it.
What is a
free?
Settle yourself down.
Martin Luther King.
Oh my!
Hamill, that is class.
It's also stolen.
Oh, what a delight that is.
Who also stole it from a better comedian. Yeah.
Unbelievable! I'm actually speechless.
Classic Dorman, that comment.
Yeah, I mean,
City have scored as well, sorry.
Forget Man City. This is what we're talking about. This is the main game.
That's literally the best thing he's ever done.
Ronaldo-esque against Spain.
What is going on?
There's been a goal at City. Goals galore. Will.
Raheem Sterling has scored for Manchester City down the right-hand side. Where is he? Is he cutting in here? He gets down to the byline. I think he's at the back post. Aguero's cross, tap in, easy as you like. You won't get an easier goal all season. But yeah, Man City 3-0 now.
The Manchester City machine goes rolling on, but you're off to a start here, lads. Maybe this is it.
This is the Arsenal we know and love.
Catalyst.
This is the Arsenal we know and love.
You needed a set piece, but it's come.
Ah, bollocks.
What a free kick that was as well.
Cool stuff going on down here.
What's happened?
Absolutely
Absolutely swimming. We have to apologise for Dave's choice of words, but just describe the situation quite aptly because
It's
spilled a whole water down there. Anyway, we're gonna skate over that. Unai Emery, he loves it. Look at him. Nice fever.
One of these ones, yeah.
Oh, right. Back in the Newcastle half. Now Newcastle have to come out a little bit, don't
Yeah,
they? They
opens up a little
can't
bit
be
of
as
space
deep. As soon as you get a goal against Newcastle, it does bode very well because their game plan's all about, staying in the game until 70, 80 minutes.
I think Will actually kind of relax a bit now.
What, in the studio?
Yeah, in the studio.
Less stressed.
Come on.
Oh, good.
All right, so Xhaka's got a goal. All we need is Ramsey to get a goal, and then you boys...
Great tackle from Xhaka there. He's the man.
Arsenal fan bingo. There we go.
Okay, now Czech's got the ball.
Here we go. And it is now
Look at
corner
that
to
touch.
Newcastle.
Panic times, yeah.
There's no one off. How can Leno not start ahead of him, though? Like, honestly.
Oh, I don't get it. Like, I don't know what. Do you know what it is?
Spraying it, mate.
Did you look at the speed?
That was a misplaced 10-yard pass.
Mustafi's had to put on the burners just to get on the end of
He's the worst player.
Hello. A lovely little ball there. David Luiz-esque. Talking of David Luiz, what's going on in the other games?
Not
Raz?
too much. Claude Puel barking orders on the sidelines for... and there's a...
Go on.
Very...
Very tired.
Yeah.
Go on.
Hang on. Bend it.
Back to the game in hand.
What is this, man?
Kovacic has gone down and a very tanned Ross Barkley. Josh, was he joining you in the Villa? Can you confirm or deny that over the summer?
He's more Alex than Josh, I think, at this time. He's a bit burnt.
Yeah,
He's a little bit,
it needs to get some cream on.
Yeah.
But
Need some after sun.
considering he's not been playing, we all know he might have been on the beach.
Have a dig.
That's Lucas Torreira. Doesn't mind a little shot from range, does he? Newcastle,
They're
6s and 7s here. Yeah.
Let's see. This is great.
They're flapping.
I'll tell you what, Kovacic, if that's a bad injury, that's a big loss for Chelsea.
Yeah, not happy at all when he was getting back up, walking off unassisted, clapping the fans.
This is reminding me a little bit of that West Ham game, like where we ended up winning quite convincing in the end, but we just made it very such hard work. Like it doesn't need to be this difficult for us.
West Ham opened the scoring, didn't it?
Yeah. I'm thinking, what's going on?
3-1. Yeah. That just kind of seems the Arsenal way at the minute, is to make it an uphill battle from the first minute.
Well, yeah.
Get the result in the end, but the way you get there is very questionable.
There was a time under Wenger as well, like when we didn't start playing until we went 1-0 down.
1-0 down, yeah.
Go on. Wait, surely that's something from the manager, in that you get your players prepared from minute one. You get yourself.
Oh, here we go. Newcastle now trying their hand at playing dangerously from out the back.
Well in.
I didn't realise that last season was Wenger's worst season in terms of losses. 13 Premier League games lost. I think you only won 3 of 30 or something Premier League games.
We won one away
season.
One game.
Yeah,
we got 3 away points or something last year.
Yeah.
Something just stupid.
It was, I think,
that might be fake news.
I don't think it was quite as bad as that, but I think if the league table was just on away form, you were like 15th.
Yeah.
But then again, your home form was second to City.
So
really,
yeah.
I can confirm here. You lost 3 of the last 33 Premier League away games.
I think nearly basically 3 points from there.
I think you had the second best home form after Manchester City.
Yeah, literally what I said.
Yeah, literally. Oh, really?
Sorry,
I make a habit of not really listening to you, to be honest. Sorry, I blocked you out. Have we got any other questions? Let's go.
Interesting question here from Don.
Is it will Granit Xhaka win the Ballon d'Or?
No, it is who would you rather fight, Virgil van Dijk or Costel Pantilimon?
Oh,
where's Pantilimon come from?
I don't know.
He's not even relevant. He's just massive, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, who would you rather fight?
They're both kicked me
huge.
into orbit. You're in pretty good shape. I think if we had to pick someone to No, Will definitely not. If we had to pick someone to face up Virgil van Dijk from this group, it would be you. So, do you fancy your chances against Virgil?
No,
he's tall, man.
way.
He's tall.
He's going to be really large, man. He's got a reach as well. I'd have to do the old Mike Tyson.
You need to get on the inside to take away his range.
Then what would I do? I'd be punching his knees. It's not really.
He's literally got everything. Isn't he? He's not tall. He's just an absolute machine.
You could just win by a ruptured ACL. just work the inside.
Just chip away his Achilles.
Right.
Yes, I like this. No.
Arsenal in there with a chance. And talking of chances, now's your chance to bet on Xhaka to score a brace. 14-1.
Show me the money. Come on.
Lovely.
Right.
101.
14-1.
It's class.
Yeah.
When was the last time Xhaka scored a brace? Statsman, get that up for me because you'll be digging for a long time, mate.
When was the last time Xhaka scored?
Rondon's coming on. Dave?
Yeah, he's does actually worry me, to be honest. Because, last 10, if it's still 1-0, we're going to be playing the ball straight into it. It's going to be long ball. He's a big man.
I don't think Mustafi doesn't really deal well
fans there, check.
with physical players as well. You saw him, he got bumped off the ball by Aguero last season.
Mustafi in the Cup final, wherever it was. It's not Rondon.
Mustafi reminds me a little bit of Otamendi, except that he's just not improved whatsoever. Otamendi in his first year, in that he looked rash because he had to be the one to step out of the back line and make these high-risk tackles.
Come on, Rambo.
Yeah, he's just not really improved.
Every time I watch him, he looks for the referee to save him.
Yeah.
He's if he's the last man, he's looking for that foul that isn't going to come. He's trying to manufacture a foul as the last man defender, which is always such a risky game to play.
Lovely.
Just make the tackle.
Tidy play there from Lacazette.
Yes. Oh. No, it's close. The execution wasn't there, but the idea.
You are firmly camped in their half now, and you have been for the last 5 minutes, though. So this is much better.
Do something with it.
We need to get the second goal, don't we?
That's what we do. We don't kill off games ever.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 games, 3-2, 3-1?
Yeah.
So you've allowed the team
to get back in it, and the last game was an own goal.
That one got us back into it. Yeah.
And then Welbeck scored in 92 minutes.
I absolutely love Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, man, he's class.
I mean, Clown feet Welbeck.
Do I having a go at Welbeck?
Yeah,
Clown feet.
Yeah, worry about your own team.
We sold them for 18 mil to you, so we're all right.
It was actually 16.
16, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're going to start.
Don't exaggerate.
It was 16 mil for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm adjusting for inflation. Come on.
Let's go over to Will. What's happening in the other games, pal?
Huddersfield going close. Billing coming very close. Left-footed shot going over the bar. City are in kind of casual mode now. They've just taken off Aguero and brought Jesus on, so 3-0 up. They're loving life. And I'm still praying and hoping that I've not cost us the accumulator because Leicester are banging on the door for that 4-3 comeback.
We are all in apart from that game, aren't we?
All right, Dave, thanks.
Go on, take your time.
Yes.
Head it.
Yes! Oh, good block.
Oh, hello.
Oh, come on! You love that.
Met it.
We
needed that. He needed that, didn't he? Come on.
I just don't think you understand.
Arsenal fan.
He's Arsenal got Emirates man. He's better than
We got He needed that. He's had a
exactly what we wanted.
tough couple of weeks.
Exactly what we
He deserves it. Smile back on his face.
Emirates, Wenger's man. Yes!
Right, let's describe
Now
the
we
goal.
can relax.
Love that.
I'll tell you something now, Hamill. The 4's on now, I'm telling you.
Jackson, take me through the goal.
Boom, lovely bit of play down the left wing. Boom. He's actually picked someone out, which has just changed. The amount of times we get down, like a left or right wing, and the ball just kind of just stops on that first man. He's picked someone out. Like I said, at a shot, really good block from him, and I was sort of slotted that.
The broadcaster says that.
I think slot is generous, but come on, we don't want to take this thing out of this momentum. Let's see a third and fourth. Come on, Arsenal. Put Newcastle to the sword, then.
Yeah, confidence boost, nice. Good.
2 more goals, and we're above Spurs. So, come on.
Isn't that a little bit pathetic?
No. Is it?
That's your barometer for success now.
Well, they're supposed to be
keeping up with Spurs.
Well, they're talking about
Dave, come on, you're better than that.
No, but they give all this about it's the changing, mind the gut. No, mate. All right.
Mate.
Get back down, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
London is red, mate.
We could be 18, they could be 90. I don't care. I don't care, mate. Both be getting relegated.
Oh, it's funny and sad, really, isn't it? But what else is happening, Will?
I'll be honest, mate. Not a lot has happened, but I'm just sitting there thinking, isn't it mad that Ross Barkley plays for Chelsea?
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. Yeah.
I always forget it's there.
He started for Chelsea at the start of the season. Admittedly, Kovacic is a much better player, but
hopefully,
but look at this play.
Hopefully, Sarri can do something with him.
He started by
Go on.
Wow.
Go on.
Oh, touching out.
Fucking hell.
Yes!
Finish. Unlucky, that's much better,
Good
though.
football, though.
Lacazette and Aubameyang linking up. That's what we like to see.
Delightful.
Look at this. This is
Look at this touch.
proper
This
Arsenal
touch is
football, now.
Bergkamp-esque.
He's plucked that out, hasn't he?
Oh, and the vision as well. I want a better touch from him.
But again, where was this Arsenal in the first half?
Don't worry about that, mate. The game is 90 minutes, all right?
We're warming up.
Look, you're Dorman, you know when people gave Fergie credit for winning ugly, you were definitely, one of those fans that were like, listen, we can play badly for 85 minutes and we'll score a goal in Fergie time. So, come on,
as Football
mate.
Daily's most disagreeable man, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, mate.
Yeah, he is the no man. Right. This is much better, though. You're playing a decent brand of football. The intensity's there. Is this Lucas Torreira's introduction, or do you think Unai just put the boot up everyone at half-time?
I think a bit of both.
I think we needed the goal to relax a little bit. And I also think Newcastle are not great, to be honest. But, 2-0. I want to talk about the positivity.
Yeah.
Chris, for Hamill.
Dave Jackson, let's go over to Twitter.
Gabriel Amir has asked, do any of these Arsenal players get into City team?
As much as it pains me to say, no. Maybe
where?
Maybe
Check
like
with
Granit
the
Xhaka on this form, mate. I'm getting anywhere, mate. I don't think so.
No.
The thing is, it's not as if they have bad players, but looking at City's strength and depth is
So strong,
ridiculous. Like throughout the team, who do you have left back? Monreal?
Yeah, Nacho.
No, I mean,
Well, left back, Benjamin Mendy, probably the best left back in the league. Doesn't even play left back. He's that good. He's a left back who plays left wing. Thanks for sending it in, mate. But that's a profound no, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I mean,
so.
not even Ozil. Because I mean, David Silva's just.
No, they wouldn't. There's no point.
There's no just. Stop asking annoying questions.
Ashley Toomey has asked, what's your favourite ever Arsenal kit?
I think it might be this one. This one.
Yeah,
This is a shirt that I had when I was actually a kid. When it was like my first Arsenal shirt.
Gunners on it as well.
It's like 95, 96.
Guys, we think we got a little bit carried away again. Apparently, there was an F word in there somewhere, which we've got to apologise for. So I don't know.
My bad.
Might have been
Fernandinho.
Might have been me.
She's just had a shot past the post there, Chris.
Lovely. Love that segue. Mate, we're like Lacazette and Aubameyang. What's going on? Has anything interesting happened in the other games? There's a couple of substitutions in the Leicester game.
Yeah,
and
Huddersfield just going very close, banging on the door to try and equalise there. Leicester need to change it up. The 4-3 comeback. Yes. Damari Gray coming off. What are you doing, Klopp? This is why he needs to go. Bringing off Damari Gray, one of their best attacking threats. Sari's got a cigarette or half a cigarette in his shirt.
Check. We're just chewing on it.
So for just chewing on a cigarette, so for football bingo, take that one off.
Thank you very much, pal. Back
well done.
over to
We're
the
letting him with
Arsenal
a cheap goal, I'm going to be fuming.
Newcastle game then.
We're on Nacho.
Sorry, did I miss a little bit of a decent attacking play from
I was going to
Newcastle?
swear again. They started messing about at the back.
Yeah. A certain goalkeeper was dilly-dallying on the ball.
Needs to get a
But
petition.
surely he should just hoof it.
Yeah.
Like him. I know he's clearly been told, play it out, go to your wing back, your centre half. But it's conceding chances. Just hoof it.
How much did you pay for Leno?
15. It wasn't much.
I mean,
So-
you must be raging sitting on the bench watching that, being like, how am I not getting minutes?
You've not seen much of Leno, so maybe it's too hard to judge. But what goalkeeper now in world football do you like in between the sticks for Arsenal, you boys?
What do we can realistically get as well? Or
No,
just,
I mean,
any.
you've got Arsenal have got cash. You're just not spending it.
I'm pretty sure we've still got 25 million that we got for Adebayor. I don't think we ever spent that. I don't think we ever spent that money.
Who do you want? You can go realistic. You can go best case scenario. You can get carried away.
Well, I think like a realistic option, we could go after the Everton keeper. Just like the England one.
Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, Jordan Pickford would do a job.
Whoa.
I reckon.
He's an England legend, Dave.
England.
Jordan.
Is he out of our...
Sir Jordan Pickford.
Sir Jordan, that's good. Yeah, I think he's a player we could actually get. There's no point in me saying Man Martinelli or anything because there's no way he's coming to us.
I mean, his distribution's decent. He'd fit the profile.
Yeah.
Like
Young as well.
bit of the sweeper keeper. Oh, Newcastle threatening here.
Nah, never. Oh, maybe.
Touch wood.
Well,
What about you, buddy? Any goalkeeper in the world that you can replace Cech with now?
To Stegen or something like that.
To Stegen?
All black.
Great shout.
Stegen was unreal last season. Our Black has a buyout clause of 100 million if you boys want to shed that.
Small fry.
Yeah.
Small fry.
Nothing.
Profit on that.
Or just sell the Emirates.
When Man City spent 30 on Edison, and everyone was like, that is ridiculous. And now it's just like 70 is the going rate.
I don't understand why goalkeepers are always so cheap, because they're arguably one of the most important
players in your team.
I suppose it's just like they're quite hard in terms of judging the talent, aren't
But I
they?
mean, in terms of, if you look at De Gea last season, if United didn't have De Gea, they would have conceded 10 more goals.
He won them
and they would have been
5, 6, 7 games.
There he is, Gordon Ramsay over the ball then, yet again recycling that joke.
I'm pretty sure he faced twice the amount of shots that Ederson faced and only conceded 3 or 4 more.
I read a stat where Edison could have conceded every single shot on target he faced at the Etihad, and City still would have won the league.
Oh my God!
I know,
Is that,
redonkulous.
Come on, Petar, safe hands.
Look at that.
Get out of me!
That's the
Come on,
distribution I want. When it's in his hands.
Don't
That on the
kick it.
floor.
All right.
Come on.
Will,
Where's the overlap?
what we're saying?
Pedro
running
going
inside.
close for Chelsea, ducking and diving, weaving on the edge of the area, getting a shot just past the keeper post. And then Jesus had a really good chance in Man City to make it 4, but absolutely skied it. So still 3-0 there. And Chelsea are on the attack again. Oh, Hazard, drinking and jiving. Oh, no, nothing. Oh, hang on. Oh, right across the box.
How has he done that? Yeah.
But yeah,
And,
sorry, mate, still 2-1.
Cardiff putting it out of play there. Do we have a question, Dorman,
Yes,
about
we
Liverpool?
have a question on Twitter from Evan Davies, and he has asked, after Liverpool's win against Spurs today, I'm trying to not be one of those Liverpool fans to say this is our year. However, the performance we displayed does warrant some optimism. What are your thoughts on Liverpool's title hopes?
Go on, you boys. Josh, take the floor first of all.
I think every Liverpool fan's been saying it's our year since about 1963.
Hey!
If there was ever a time for Liverpool to do something in the Premier League, it's this year.
Yeah.
You know, I think arguably if City weren't as strong as they were, they'd be nailed on for the title. But listen, I think they'll come first or second. I think it's between those two. It's between City and Liverpool. And I think Liverpool have got as good of a shot.
When the Liverpool play City, when is that? When is that? About a month or so?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's. I think it's in a month's time. Isn't
Yeah.
it? But
Sorry, mate, for free.
absolutely, absolute roadkill right there. Just reverse over me again, Dave. Why don't you ask me another worldly question? I think the scary thing is that Liverpool have a coherent transfer policy now. I don't think they've gone out. Even if they have overpaid for their targets, they've got them. 10, 15 years ago, they were signing Cech, Bellamy. Even after that, Markovic, Downing, Henderson. Now it's just
Carroll.
Carroll. Now it's all the top talent from around Europe. And Fabinho hasn't even had a sniff.
He hasn't played a competitive minute.
And I do worry about their depth at centre-back. If Van Dijk was to get injured, then Joe Gomez and Lovren, I don't think, are going to be anywhere near as solid. Because, Van Dijk, his sort of ability enables Robertson to go forward at left-hand side, and Robertson becomes a vital component of the attack, doesn't he? But
we did. Nice little attack.
Go on.
Talking of attacks, go on, take over Denzel.
No, you know what? It looked good. I think played it out from the back quite nicely. Hector with a nice touch and control. Played it down the line.
Mez has been sent for a cone of chips there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! It's Big Pete out.
Why
not
slapping it across the ground? Oh, good turn though. Oh my God, perfect.
I thought we were in there, lads.
Yeah, so we now. Interesting.
I'm just a team player. Guilty as charged. Right. More fan questions, please, Dorman.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention there.
Shock.
Classic. Thomas has asked, who will be the first manager to get sacked?
Oh, what a lovely
Premier
question.
League manager.
Claude Puel. After this. 3-0 down at Dean Court, and you're bringing Damari Gray off. You've got to have a word with yourself.
Who else is up there?
Jose Mourinho, mate, he's gone.
Sam Allardyce is lingering, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a looming spectre over a lot of bang-average
Absolute
clubs.
slug.
But do you think question for you all: who do you think is going to last longer at Old Trafford, Pogba or Mourinho?
Pogba, 100%.
Pogba for sure.
He's basically the future, isn't he, of that United?
Because rumour has it that Juventus want to come back in.
I heard that Barcelona, I heard it's going to be happening in January for next season. That's what I've heard, mate.
Sub in the Arsenal game, though,
Go on,
Dave
Mickey.
Big Mickey.
This has not been Aubameyang's best game.
No.
It really doesn't suit him being out on the left. It's like, and I hope that he's kind of like morale doesn't drop because like we're not getting the best out of
He's
one
slowed
of our
down a little bit, hasn't he? 1 in 4 now after that fire
But
start.
I don't know what Mkhitaryan does.
Yeah, he's a bit.
I mean, I like him. I think he's a good player, but I just don't know really what he brings.
What
to
are your
the table.
frustrations with him?
There's a lot of just a lot of stuff that goes on that doesn't actually lead to anything. Like I don't know what his assist stats are.
Yeah.
But I don't really see him bagging goals.
His end
either.
product, isn't there? He's just lacking.
But you know, like,
clinical finish.
Yeah, he's obviously a technically really good sound footballer, but I just don't know what he brings to the table.
Yeah, I mean, he grabbed a couple of goals or a couple of assists at the start of last season. He had like 5 assists in 3 games.
I think his numbers are fine, but I do agree he's a frustrating player to watch. I feel like he slows up build-up play. Unless he's playing through the middle, I don't like him when he's out on the wing because it does become quite laboured. But, Will, you had your hands in the air there. What's going on?
Cardiff nearly put another shock on. Just going past the far post there. Could have been 2 inches, if you can see it, Chris. And Crystal Palace had a disallowed goal. I think it was Czech Coyote on the keeper. A bit similar to the old Danny Welbeck one at Wembley a couple of weeks ago that still gets my blood boiling. But it's still the same score there.
Lovely, jubbly. Back to the Newcastle Arsenal game then, because Arsenal are on the attack, lads. Swinging it in, put it in.
Looking very
Come on.
close.
Go on. Have a strike.
Hector.
Oh,
lovely ball down the right.
Cross.
Pick someone out.
No need for all this messing about.
Oh, no!
Who was that?
Torreira.
Oh, God, Lucas Torreira has killed a pigeon with that shot. Absolutely.
Is he trying to chip it?
He's just a budget Granit Xhaka.
He's a budget Granit.
Diet
No, was it diet?
But like, I don't understand what he's trying to do there.
Poor technique there. I mean, I think he got 4 or 5 goals for Sampdoria last season. Not known for chipping in. For his goals.
He's not the Carlos Vela of his time.
No, was taking free kicks as well. So goals from open play, short
Carlos
in supply.
love a chip, didn't he?
Carlos Vela did it. If he would not finish anything without a dink.
Carlos Vela at the World Cup was still quality for like 60 minutes, and then you could tell that he just hasn't been looking after himself at all. He was carrying a little bit of a pouch around, but still had the technique to go with.
Oh, sorry, Chris, to interrupt you.
Go with it. Go on, mate.
Wes Morgan been sent off for Leicester. I thought it might have been a yellow. Gone through one bloke and then another one. He's absolutely charging around like it's a Sunday league afternoon, but he's straight red for him.
Oh, no.
Fuming. Armband's gone to Kasper Schmeichel. 3-0 down.
Poor Wes.
That is what.
Let's have a closer look at this then.
Oh, he got the ball.
It's the second one here as well. He comes.
He's got the ball twice.
It's a bit of a lunge.
To be fair, that could be like, I remember watching a Northern Ireland match. Corey Evans got sent off for 2 yellow cards in 2 tackles that happened.
Sorry, who?
Corey Evans.
Who's Corey Evans?
Johnny Evans' brother.
Is it actually Johnny Evans'
It
brother?
actually is Johnny
Have you
Evans'
found a
brother.
way to bring Northern Ireland into this conversation?
Yeah, I don't know if he was on
Greenwood,
it. I think he might have been on a yellow actually. Just waiting to.
I thought they were
get
2
the old-
solid tackles.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do this, Chris. I'm just waiting for confirmation in my ear. Don't know if it's happening. But yeah, Wes Morgan off, 3-0 down. Claude Puel, P45 could be on his desk as of Monday. Or Sunday, if they're in. Might be in.
Who works Sundays now?
It was actually at Leicester on Thursday. Beautiful training ground.
Yeah?
Yeah, lovely.
It is nice.
Did you get out and have a look around, you know,
Not too much,
the
no,
sites?
but yeah, it was just...
Wouldn't have taken you long, mate, I assure you.
Straight round.
Right, back to the game then.
That's it.
Oh, hello.
Lacazette.
Lack of pressing, love that.
Oh, 1-on-1, we won.
Oh, it's Ramsey. It's not going anywhere.
Oh, good. Oh, he got on, yeah.
Hold your tongue
Switch
there.
it. Yeah. Oh. Go on, Mickey.
Come on, we've got.
What is that? Oh, you
has
just
to score
tried to
from there.
pass it into the goal.
Oh, Mickey.
The thing is,
Mickey.
I'm not saying he should score, but we should have scored from that opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm going to get many wingers.
It's
have Ramsey
nice
on the
to
right
see.
one-on-one.
I mean,
He's always going to cut it back in. He's going to try and get back onto his right.
Mkhitaryan does seem to take 2 or 3 extra touches unnecessarily.
You're breaking well. You're breaking well. You're breaking the numbers as well. Just needs to be a little bit slicker, doesn't it?
See, like, that's where we need Aubameyang. Being our last man, he would have, yeah.
Morgan was 2 yellows, had nobody here.
certainly,
Could have been
yeah,
3 or
fair
4
We
by the end
can
of it, but-
confirm Morgan was 2 yellows. And we can confirm that a correct score of Arsenal 3-0 is 10-3.
Oh, 10-3.
Crack open your piggy banks. Stick a flutter on that. Oh! Right, over to something's happened in the Chelsea game, apparently. I don't want to throw you under the bus here, Will, because I've not been watching in the slightest. But
I can understand why Chris Kamara has such a hard time now when he does this.
we have a question on Chelsea, in fact. Sorry, I've absolutely sold you a dream
mate.
there.
Oh, we do, yes.
Nothing's happening in the game, and we have a question on it. So
Nice little substitution.
I appreciate you trying to find something in the game. Go on, Don.
The question is from Sam White, and they have asked, do you think if John Terry joins Chelsea as a defensive coach, Chelsea's defence will improve and make Chelsea prime for winning the title?
No.
How's this question?
I mean, that's a bit of a weird question, Alan. I mean, don't throw me into the bus. I'm getting this. You know.
No, I mean,
Thoughts on John Terry?
as he's one of the game's last true winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're pro Terry?
How can you not be pro Terry? Like,
Well-
he's I get that. Yeah, and as an Arsenal fan, like, I don't like to play against him, but if he's in your side, you love him.
Yeah, he's one of those
you
players
love
you
him.
hate to play against.
Yeah,
but love
because
to play
he's going to be sat in the change room, he's going to be G'ing everyone up, he's going to be like, right, you do whatever if you need to stamp
put
on
his head
someone's
where people
toes,
put their fits in it,
yeah,
yeah.
you stamp on the toes. If you need to little shirt tug, he's a winner.
Yeah.
He's like a Ramos, like, you know what I mean? You can hate him, but you have to love him as
Master
a
of the
player
dark
and as a
arts.
winner. He's a proper footballer.
But again, I just don't really know what he adds to Chelsea's defence as a coach. You know. Like,
No, you can't say, listen, you've got to throw yourself in front of everything.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in training.
Listen,
Like,
your head. Oh, yeah. 6 centimetres off the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't care.
Talking of winners, we have a price boost, Will Brazier.
Price boost?
5-1 for Hazard to get a hat-trick in the game against the Diff.
Yeah.
He's only got one in his
Right, he's
entire
got
career
one.
for Chelsea. So
I like that. I'll take
can
that.
he add one?
He's got two, hasn't he,
Bit of
now?
collector's
Yeah,
item.
I'll tell you what, that might be. Slide in a little Giroud assist on that as well. That'd be some
Have
amazing
you got
odds.
Giroud in your dream
What,
team?
a hattie of assists and goals.
Together,
that'd be
indestructible. Easy for me to say.
Not a word there, Will.
No,
Anyway,
yeah, I won't try that again.
we'll move on.
back to the Newcastle-Arsenal game where, you know, you're safely camped in your half, but
This is fine.
We look comfortable, mate.
Well,
I'm happy. I can sit back, I can relax.
This is what you need to do more.
Arsenal looking good.
Games.
a bit of game management, yeah?
Yeah, we're just conserving energy for the next game.
You know,
now.
as long as you check the hands of the boys' feet, we're
Does he just lump that up top to absolutely no one?
Well, I mean, I think he took a bad touch. Classic Mustafi.
So has in this first five Mkhitaryan's coming into the frame made a difference?
I think it was probably not a bad sub to actually bring Aubameyang off, give him a little rest, and just see the game out now. How long we got left? About 15 minutes. Something like that.
Yeah, 18 minutes.
18 minutes. Thank you very much, Pete Dorman.
So you've got Everton and Watford up next in the league. Resting Aubameyang through for those fixtures, Dave?
Definitely not. I actually want to see him through like the middle.
Okay.
Through the middle.
You've also got a Europa League game against a team
I think about Sporting.
really obscure and like.
No, it's like Voltron.
Yes, you're correct.
It sounds like a
Sounds like some sort of Game Boy game.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Game Boy
Well,
game.
it's a game I will not be going to.
Yeah.
I read an article that
Hey.
he said he's prioritising the Europa League, which means he's not going to rotate that much.
Okay.
Oh.
So, I mean,
I don't mind it. Like, if we're going to be in it, we might as well try and win it.
But it's a big gamble, isn't it, to have your whole season on one tournament? You know what I mean? It's like,
Well,
so, like,
we're not going to win the FA
but
Cup.
I think it all, like, when you get into the 30s games in the Premier League, and if you've had a good run in the Europa League, but you've not rotated your squad, your players are going to be dying on the pitch.
yeah.
Equally, who's competing for that last Europa League spot? If you're saying sixth place is fine, but the best way back into the Champions League is to win the Europa League, I don't think Everton are good enough to finish sixth at current. I mean, maybe when Silva has them for another year, you might have to watch over your shoulder a little bit.
Yeah.
I
a bit
think
more
it's pretty
closely,
nailed
but
on. Top four are City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham,
No,
and then
it's not,
United
it's
and
not like
Arsenal.
nailed on. It's not nailed on.
I mean, I as a United fan, I would say it's pretty nailed
If
on.
we get
on
another 2
current
goals
form.
today, then we're above Spurs. So
Yeah, after 4 games, 5 games.
Where are United in the league, Dorman?
I have no idea, man.
Well, plastic.
Probably about 8.
I think we're 9, can't we?
now, after today, we'll go up pretty high.
I'm seeing James Maddison on the corner, Will.
In the Crystal Palace game, Wilfred Zaha carving Huddersfield apart, but shot was saved. They've got a corner now. Maddison is my man, always will be, but I don't think it's going to be his day today, Chris.
Fair enough. I don't think the 4-3 comeback
don't
is
know.
on at current.
Corner comes in. If he does this, could save Puel's.
For free.
Oh,
Oh,
what's after
off the line?
Begovic.
Absolutely flapping at that. They normally give it for the
Terrible.
foul, but it played on and maybe should have scored.
All right, should we get a couple more fan questions, Dorman? Any ones that have caught the eye?
I'm just having a look now. Interesting one here. James Jessup has asked, can Cavani still be considered a world-class player when compared to the likes of Lewandowski or Suarez?
Oh, we've gone on the continent.
I think
PSG.
I think it definitely can be considered. He's always going to be in the shadow of Neymar and Mbappe, but that doesn't mean he's not a world-class player.
Well, was it you who said PSG?
I was literally about to bring this up. Yes, Dorman.
PSG aren't as good as Tottenham.
On a wavelength. No, what I said was, and I want you boys, I'm going to throw this out to the floor. Yeah, come on, we'll get involved over there. Forget about Leicester, they're not coming back. You've absolutely screwed over our accumulator.
Thanks
for coming,
Pull the
mate.
earpiece out.
First
Thanks
and
for
last time. I said that PSG would be a step down for Christian Eriksen.
No way. No way. Imagine going to training and looking at the players at PSG, you going, it's an honour to be playing them.
Yeah, but at the same time, look at the league you're in.
Yeah, but it's Tottenham. They've had two good seasons.
Spurs, Matt, they're not
I know PSG were nothing 25 years ago, or whatever, but it's still Tottenham.
Spurs want to rent a home, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Playing average football, getting beat by title
Wait,
challenges.
so are you saying that Christian Eriksen could do a better move than PSG, or if he stays at Tottenham, he's better off than going to PSG?
No,
because those are two different questions.
I think Tottenham are one world-class central midfield signing away from being firm Premier League contenders. They are suffering with their squad depth now. Admittedly, yeah, if he went to PSG, he'd be playing with Mbappe, he'd be playing with Neymar, but I think Neymar wants to leave after this year. Rabiot tried to get out to Barcelona. I think the PSG Galactico project could come undone at the seams in 2 or 3 years. Ultimately, if Neymar goes there, doesn't win an individual trophy, that sets a... I mean, they can pay them handsome amounts, can't they? But a bad precedent in terms of, like, world-class players going there, you know, to step out of other people's shadows like he did with Messi. I just think, yes, Eriksen could go there, win a treble, but
I think if he goes
I'd
there...
rather be part of a Tottenham squad that... There's a massive caveat here that Tottenham have to sign players.
Okay.
Domestically, PSG are you know, irrelevant.
No, I understand that. But Christian Eriksen has more chance of winning the Champions League at PSG than
that's the only thing PSG can offer him.
And Spurs ain't winning the league anytime soon.
Yeah. They're at least 15, 20 points off City.
What are you saying is I'm wrong.
No, I would say that it's not necessarily a step down. It's not a step down, but it's not the right move.
I think that's probably a better way to articulate it. But I seriously think that... I mean, Tottenham had a bad day today.
I don't think Tottenham are a bad side. I just think PSG are a club that you could legitimately say could win the Champions League.
I think at PSG you'd win a lot of silverware, but not much of it would be that meaningful.
And I think Tottenham are well equipped to go deep in the Champions League. Yet again, we saw it last season. They came out of a group convincingly with Dortmund and Real Madrid in it, and over 2 legs they beat Real Madrid. And unfortunately, you know, they came up against
Juventus.
Juventus, who
were on them.
Who ultimately lost in the final, but. They have suffered for not making a signing.
Yes, and I'm happy about that. There you go.
So let's go back to the game then. Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh, here he is, Petr. Come on.
Hold on, Dave. Oh, God.
No, see, this is what... it's a running joke now.
Oh, you're talking to scary. I've got some scary odds for you, Dave.
Loving it.
Ozil to score a brace, 18-1. What are you saying?
That is definitely worth a fiver, mate.
Get on the blower.
If I was allowed
Get on the Sky Bet app.
now, I would definitely put a fiver on that. I might.
Go on, do it.
I think I've got a little bit left in the old account.
Yeah.
I'll stick it on.
Just do it now. Do it.
Right. The Masters at St James's
Goal!
Park. Oh, hello.
Sorry.
Oh, no, Leicester.
Oh.
That accumulator's well and
Jesus
truly
wept.
up this morning now, isn't it?
Absolute. Who would ever predict Leicester would win that? Smith scored for Bournemouth. Low drive from the edge of the area, right underneath Kasper Schmeichel. Slightly down the middle, near in the post. Probably could have done a little bit better. And there's a penalty at Chelsea as well.
Hat-trick.
Sol Bamba, Neil Warnock's adopted son, could put them 1-0 up, but he could have cost them there. He's lunged in.
That looks messy.
Yeah.
Right, let's see it from this angle. Is it fair? Did he get a touch?
What are you doing?
No, absolutely not. He is light years away from that, isn't he?
There's a man with limbs that's probably the same size as Sol Bamba. Can kind of see how it got a bit messy there.
Gangly.
Right, let's see if this penalty goes in.
Hazard for the hat-trick.
So it's Claude Puel 4-0 down.
Could it possibly be the Hazard hat-trick that we plugged?
Yeah.
You know, because the accumulator's gone. Yeah. Let's at least get... Oh, God, he's taking it as well. Come on, boys. Yeah. If anyone put that on our recommendation, please tweet that in, all right?
What were the odds on that?
We need the affirmation.
They were good. They were pretty decent.
10.
Yes, Eden! Second hat-trick in Chelsea colours.
That's why we like a price boost, isn't it, Christopher Hamill?
That's...
Price boost time.
Oh, man.
Come on, Mickey.
Corporate Dave and Chris here.
Smashed it. Sell out. Bournemouth, the last time they scored 4 goals, I've been assured, was when?
Against Chelsea, didn't they?
No, last
smash it
November
through?
against Huddersfield, Dave. Come on, you don't know. That's common knowledge,
Go
mate.
on, go on.
Yes, yes. Who's running in?
Someone needs to arrive late there.
Good corner, that.
Also,
ultimately,
Oh, look at Wells just working hard down that left. Oh, I love that.
Newcastle's new signing. This is he's not started yet. 9.5 mil. Never spend any money, did they, Newcastle? So.
Hey, well
He's
done.
worse than
Good
Jack.
pressure.
Oh, hang on.
Go on,
Let's
Danny,
try.
go on, Danny, go.
Go, Danny. Go, go, go. Look at that overlap.
Look at that.
Look at the energy there.
The easiest overlap
Monreal.
I've ever seen in my life. Monreal, what are you up to?
Danny
there,
Welbeck's
mate?
skill rating must be like negative.
Monreal wants an early
Shout
shower.
Welbeck.
Why do you hate Welbeck? We love him.
He's useless, mate.
Nah, he's a
He works so hard.
Come on.
You know him on a personal level, do you?
I mean,
I actually
wouldn't
wish I
take
knew
him at
Danny
Celtic,
Welbeck at
but-
a personal level. You know, big quality would go out. You know.
All right, let's take a few fan questions, Dorman. There's a bit of a lull in this game.
Question here from Tippy Ted Head Histor.
Great name.
Nice.
I'm changing my Fantasy Premier League team this week with the wild card. Who is a good midfielder?
Ooh, we actually have our own Sky Sports Fantasy Football League. And if you haven't joined it yet, please do so. You know, there's about 4,000 isn't there? What are you playing at? Prizes to be won. I don't know. Overhaul. Depends who you've got in your team, Matt. Without any context.
Well, no,
to that
I mean,
question.
it means he's playing the wild card, so he can just read
Go on.
his
Oh,
entire team.
take
Take
on the run.
your time. Pick someone out.
Love that ball. Big Welbs.
Oh, Danny!
Finish.
Danny with the assist. Oh, come on.
So yeah, play.
Oh, hello. Lovely
That was a
man.
delightful touch.
That's Kennedy,
I don't
isn't
know
it?
who that is. but
Kennedy,
it
the
is.
dribble maestro.
Why have Newcastle not started him?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. He was terrible against who was it? Was it
He got
Cardiff the
sent
other
off,
day?
didn't he?
I think he missed a penalty, didn't he?
Cross come shot there, nearly spilled by Pell.
So going back to that
Go
question,
on.
he's playing the overhaul, which means he can just essentially just reboot his team.
Yeah.
What should his midfield be?
Will, you're an avid fantasy football player. Who would you bring in, for tomorrow's games?
for tomorrow's game.
Well, I mean, there's no point.
Sorry,
doing
it's a goal for Chelsea. Williams
hello.
scored after interrupt you.
Was that 4 now?
It's an absolute worldie. It's got, I've lost count of the score. 3-4.
4-0.
4-1.
4-1. 4-1
This
to
is a
Chelsea.
great game, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, this is great to be watching. And one of Claude Puel's last actions, he's brought Jamie Vardy off for Johnny Evans.
Oh, I love that.
One of his
Really?
last
Just to make sure.
Yeah, really inspiring. 3-0
doesn't-
down. Let's get Johnny Evans on.
Because 4-0 isn't embarrassing, apparently. Right.
For me, for fantasy football, it would be Granit Xhaka.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the man,
Goal
the
scoring
legend.
machine.
It
Oh,
was
it is a worldie.
It was actually a ridiculous free kick.
That free kick was.
Speaking
stunning.
of worldies,
Wow,
Willie
that's a
Ann's
great
absolutely
goal.
bet
Willie
one in
Ann.
top bins.
Yeah.
Game's over.
It's lovely. We've
Top
seen
of the
a
box.
great calibre of goal today.
Top
That's
left
lovely,
corner, no chance.
rippling.
Oh,
on the
it's
side
nice,
there.
afternoon, I have. It's been fun.
Come on.
Mkhitaryan.
All engrossed here in the Chelsea game.
Reminds me a bit of Raheem Sterling's against Southampton last year.
That's probably the best comparison of goal all day.
There we go. Well done, Dom. You take it, mate. Take the award. Right, back to the game in hand. Because Arsenal have kind of just seen us out now.
For me, this is a very, very good away like kind of performance. You know, we weren't the best at first half, but we didn't concede.
You weren't the best.
Is what?
You literally
Understatement.
weren't the best in a team in a game of two teams.
Yeah,
Just so I got that out.
yeah, but now it's out. And and then once we did get the goal, completely in control from that point forward. We managed to get a second, and now for like the last 20 minutes, I don't think Newcastle have had a sniff.
Anyone impressed you? Second half, Josh?
I think. Do you
Not
know what?
Hazard.
Sure, he's coming. I don't know if he's come in and changed the game, but the intensity's changed
Yeah.
when he's come on and he's brought that about. So I think, for me, him, I think Ozil's obviously.
played well, yeah.
He's played well.
I don't think
We didn't see him in the first half, but he's
I don't think there's
come
been
out,
like a standout player for Arsenal in the second half. It's just been a decent team.
sure. I like
100%.
Bellerin. I think a lot of stuff's come down that right-hand side, and he's been positive. So I'm going to say Bellerin.
Hector.
Big Hecky B.
Hacky B.
All right, what else is happening? Will, do we have any updates elsewhere? Because there's been an awful lot of goals in the other games.
Yeah, there has been. Fulham slightly knocking on the door, but they're not going to do anything with the last 10 minutes. Hazard's come off after scoring his hat-trick. Zappacosta coming on, keep his legs fresh. But, yeah, Huddersfield still only 1-0 down, so they've got a chance. They've got the big man, Del Potre, yeah. He's on up front, so they'll be getting the long balls in for him. So that's the only close game of the game, really.
Del Potre looks like a bouncer, doesn't he? Looks like he should be standing outside of Wetherspoons. He's absolutely huge.
You wouldn't mess with him.
No, not at all.
Slightly ginger as well. Not saying that's a criticism, but that is slightly ginger.
Auburn.
Yeah,
Auburn.
Great.
Strawberry
I love that, yeah.
Defensively very
Should have
poor there
scored
for
that
Arsenal.
Newcastle
So what happened there, Dave? Break it down for me.
Well, the ball's been played in. I don't know where our defence was, and it's basically a free header. It's not great defending, but good save from Petr Cech. Well done.
We actually have a question on Petr Cech, don't we? So, time there.
Yes, Toby Berryman has asked via Twitter, with Emery wanting to play out of the back with Arsenal, do you think Leno deserves to start over Cech because that is what Leno specialises in?
Sorry, Dorman, there's a penalty at Leicester, and the comeback is on, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, the Foxes!
3-0 down with 10
Come on,
men.
Come on, the Foxes!
Wales! Yes!
That's all kicking off.
Yes! Yeah! Oh!
Oh, who'd have thought it? Danny Welbeck's got his back to goal 8 yards out. I do like him. I like him. But
I don't know.
I might be being a bit unfair there. What's happened? I mean that's an inch perfect pass.
Yeah.
He's been marshalled quite well. Is that Yedlin? Yedlin is fast, isn't he? He's come across.
Someone's get a shot away.
Let's pause for a moment of reflection because James Maddison is stepping up to score for Leicester.
Well, if he misses this, you're walking home.
I'll walk out the studio. I've only got to go back to Birmingham, not Manchester. Yeah. He scored!
The consolation goal.
That's an extra £2 million on his price tag, which I'll be cashing in. Begovic not happy.
Back to the question about Cech then, Dorman, and I reckon...
Leno specialises in playing out from the back, good with the ball at his feet. Should he not be starting over Cech, considering that's this style Emery is consistently wanting to play?
Arsenal boys?
The thing is, I haven't seen Leno play actually as... I don't know if he's actually any good.
Yeah.
I don't. So it's like... If he's absolutely useless with his hands, I don't care how good he is with his feet. You know what I mean? So I need to see him. We've got like a Carabao Cup game coming up against Brentford. I'll see. Hopefully he'll play in that game. We'll see if he's any good. So
I think that's a pretty fair answer.
What's the point of buying him if he's not good enough to take the number one shot off Cech?
You know what it is? American football analogy, when they get like a young quarterback and they let him sit on the sidelines, bed him for the year, he's going to be watching Petr Cech, experienced Premier League goalie, year later.
Picking up the worst, the worst traits ever.
Reflexes he can pick up, maybe not on the feet.
But Petr Cech is what, captain, right? I mean, I think to replace him instantly would be maybe a little bit, I don't know, disrespectful of his standing or.
Goal at Leicester! It's 3-2. Get on it! Come on! It's Mark Albrighton.
Shocky Mark! Come on,
Used to play for Villa, but we'll let that slide. It's 3-2. You got to dare to dream in these situations.
Oh my goodness! Right, describe the Leicester goal, then Dave will describe the Newcastle goal. It's all booting off.
Whip ball in. Mark Albrighton, low header, gone into the side net end, and Kieran Clark used to play for Villa as well.
Why are we like this? What? One long ball.
How long have we got left? Are we in the 88th, 89th?
What? Who's defending now?
Who scored?
What a ball that is, by the way.
Where's Nacho Monreal, by the way?
Monreal's gone sleep, gone bed.
Monreal's looked tired.
How's he got that? When you're 2-0 up, how's he got that much
Is that Hoselu?
Yeah.
No, it's Kieran Clark.
Kieran Clark? What's Kieran Clark doing up there?
That's your ultimate all-out attack on FIFA.
This is going to be like the nerviest 10 minutes.
He's doing the Stephen Cole.
How long was left? Chris, how long was left?
88 we're on. I reckon at least 3 minutes injury time.
5 minutes left, we'll say.
That's good, though.
A bit of drama here after a drab first half. This is what we like, lads.
Huddersfield, 1 goal in it. There's 1 goal in it at Dean Court, and obviously the main game that you guys are watching, 1 goal in it there. Drama.
Will, I did not see Sharky Mark's goal. Can you describe it for me?
Ball in from the right-hand side, whipped in with the left, so in swinging. Albrighton gets a head to it, right in the side net, and nothing the keeper could do about it. But Bournemouth are in again. But yeah, 3-2, and they've only got 10 men, so I don't know where this has come from. Maybe they do love Claude Puel, and they just want to keep him in the job. So they've only just decided.
Oh God, Ben Chilwell's just gone down. That doesn't bode well. Might be
that
down to 9
nasty,
then.
didn't it? That.
I think it's a bit of cramp. It's just a bit of cramp.
A bit of pressure on it.
Anyway, back to the Arsenal Newcastle goals.
Yes,
That's what you get defending from the front.
From him.
Come on, the Welbs.
That's a hard-working Arsenal fan.
He works so hard.
He's only been on the pitch for 5 minutes.
And the current England squad, he's the top goal scorer.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
there you go.
You know,
John Stones has got 34 caps.
Has he?
Yeah.
34 caps.
Yeah.
I do love him.
I mean, it's not the greatest, stat or even most interesting conversations. But I've done a bit of research over there.
Mbappe not got like 24 caps?
Who's that, sorry?
Mbappe.
Mbappe is 24 caps, yeah.
Come on.
Scary stuff. What were you doing at 19, Josh? Keep it PG.
I was at uni doing things.
Go on. Shopping. What?
Go on, take time.
Hello, here we go. Oh, and that's well back from Yedlin and out from
I could never relax for an Arsenal game, Christopher Hamill.
Hamill in my...
you sound annoyed at me, mate, but...
Is he come from offside? Because that is... Yeah, no, he's all right.
If there's anything I can do... Dave, quick back massage or something?
What is that?
That's good.
Hamill, in my rush of excitement, I did
just
say
hold on to the ball.
3-2
There's no
at
need.
Bournemouth. It's only
Just
4.
stick
It's
it.
4-2.
Yes.
It's 4-2, yeah.
So relax now, relax. Keep the ball down there.
I appreciate you trying to up the stakes, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
But factually
It's
incorrect.
8-all, guys. Come on.
Right, so...
By the way, can we talk about the comeback of our man's hairline?
Oh, Andros Townsend.
Andros Townsend.
Wow,
is,
yeah.
is the greatest comeback.
Talk about a glow up.
Since
Oh
Lazarus.
my God! I want to know who did that. 'Cause in case it ever goes badly for me.
Yeah. He's Belgravia's star man, isn't he? He's absolutely killed it.
Look how
Is that it? Is it done? Done! Yes! No tense there, mate. Well done.
91st minute.
That'll
Will.
do. That'll do.
Hey,
They're not a fan of it.
Oh, no, Fergie
full
time, mate.
time over
Arsenal.
at St
That's
George's
a massive
Park.
3 points, that is.
Oh, Leicester going close again.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Dave. Held out there.
What
Well,
a
mate.
delight. Look at Mesut, happy man.
Relax now.
Will someone, get Dave's blood pressure tablets, please? Because
I couldn't. I thought, if we're gonna mess
Yeah.
that up.
Oh, I mean, we typical Arsenal.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
because you were in cruise control for
Yeah.
like the last 20 minutes.
For me, the whole of the second half was like just easy.
Right, yeah. We scored early on and then.
Kieran Clark, goal poacher.
Fuming.
Right, let's go over. Let's focus on these the remaining games then, because there's
Crystal Palace
still.
game's the only one really sank in it, isn't it? It's only 1-0 in that game.
They've got the big man up front. They're pushing more forward, but they've had a few chances, but no gilt-edged chances. Leicester went close again, trying to make it 4-3. Ben Chilwell risen from the dead after looking like he'd lost a ligament, but he's all right again now. And Man
Phoenix
City,
and the Flames.
Man City fans already clearing out because absolute dominant performance against Fulham. But Claude Puel there, is he wiping away a tear there, Chris? On either cheek as well, could be quite emotional. Shouldn't return to Leicester if I was him. 4-2 down. But Huddersfield versus Crystal Palace, the only game with 1 goal in it left. But yeah, Palace looking... Roy
That guy's
Hodgson.
beard. Top left, Crystal Palace.
Have you ever been
Fantastic.
to Huddersfield?
I haven't, mate.
Great place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice architecture. And the stadium's in a bowl, and if you sat on the one side, just trees in the background. Really
What's
nice.
the Kirklee Stadium?
Correct.
Correct for it. Ding, ding, ding
didn't
for a
know.
bonus point. Have you ever been to Selhurst Park?
Yes.
Atmosphere,
Away end.
brilliant.
Nice. Haven't they moved the guys with the drums as well now?
I'm not sure. I mean, attending a game at Crystal Palace was where I got off. But
Bit of upright there.
Right.
Bournemouth in again. Great that last Gaff's defended.
fair bit of injury time in these games then. Casper
Oh.
Schmeichel taking a bit of a risk there towards the end.
Huddersfield have got a corner. Will it be? But the keeper be coming up.
What do we make
I
of
hope so.
Pep's outfit today? He's looking like
He's very suave.
bit of a, yeah.
For me,
Yeah, he looks like
He
he's
just stepped out of Zara.
like an artist.
he
All
must,
finished at Manchester City then.
Oh, they were easy, innit?
must be going down the northern quarter for me, just like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
The keeper was up for Huddersfield, and they've got No, is that it? What's he saying there?
Is it over?
It's all
Yeah, it's all
over. Roy Hodgson, the Owl, has done it.
Yeah, I was done it.
Crystal Palace with a win. And that's it, really. All the other games are dead and buried.
Taking 3 points. Back to the nest. Right. Bournemouth, I actually thought Bournemouth were in serious trouble at the start of this season, but they've started extremely well.
Yeah.
Do you rate Eddie Howe? Because a lot of people would like to see him be given a shot at a bigger club.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I think it needs to be an Everton. It needs to be someone of that calibre.
Gateway.
Because we had we had a conversation, didn't we?
Jimmy, wasn't it?
Jimmy
Ford?
Hasselbank thought he deserved a shot at a club like Arsenal, which I thought was out there. Was out there, much like most of Jimmy's shots on goal. But what do you make of it, Will? Big fan of Eddie Howe?
Comes in, takes them up to the Premier League, keeps them up first season, which I didn't think they'd do. Next season, 12th. Next year after that, 9th. So, I mean, he's building with, I think they're everyone's favourites to go down, Bournemouth. I haven't really bought anyone in, but they've got a solid squad, solid ethos. I really like him. And he's English, give him a chance.
That's all over at Bournemouth now.
No,
and we're going to go
We've just won 4-2.
Yeah.
Ryan Fraser looks like he's just received some terrible news.
over to Chelsea as well, where it's all over. Sarri there, still with half a fag in his mouth. And Mesut Ozil, Granit Xhaka after the game. Can't hear the match report, so don't know why I went over to that. Pretty pointless, really. Final score, nothing changed towards the end, did it there? Bettinelli for Fulham has been given a call-up to the England squad.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised by that.
Quite odd, Sounds very Italian, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That is all the games, guys. So, any final thoughts on Newcastle versus Arsenal? You said you're impressed by the game management towards the end, but then it all changed with that Kieran Clark goal,
Yes,
Dave. Getting the jitters.
we have to sort that defence out. There's only so many times when you can try and outscore another team before you get punished. But third win on the bounce, we march forwards. Emre's red and white army marching up the table.
Baby steps.
This is the start of something.
Baby steps.
You know what I mean?
All right, and what would you like to see change over the next few fixtures, Josh?
Yeah, that defence needs to shore up. I think we need to work out who's playing in goal. Why is Guendouzi always coming off at half-time or in 60 minutes? What does Xhaka bring to the table?
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, there's some positives. The positives are,
Yeah.
I like I said, Aubameyang starting to get. Yeah. I prefer to see Aubameyang more central rather than trying to cut in every 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think Lacazette was really good in this game, actually. I think for me, it was one of your bright sparks. Like, he was trying to make things happen, wasn't he? He was dropping deep. I really like his just general endeavour, to be honest.
Yeah, he worked hard. He's one of the first players to come back and like defend from the front, and like literally he can turn defence to attack. He's on the edge of the box. He drives with it. He's a positive player.
Top guy.
Yeah.
Right, over to the accumulator now. Bit of a foregone conclusion, despite Leicester giving it their best efforts. Will has let us down on first base, to be frank, but I think you did a superb job today in the chair, mate, so we'll let you off. Dorman, you've called the home win 4-1 to Chelsea over Cardiff. Was always likely to happen, wasn't it? Cardiff, absolutely toilet. Dave, nailed it, mate. Bullseye.
Called it.
Triple 20. And home win for Manchester City, finished 3-0. Josh, smashed it.
What can I say? I said 3-1, but do you know what it was? I think we didn't quite have that cutting edge at the end, but it's all good.
Right. I fully agree. Here's the table. Chelsea, top of it. Sarri off to a perfect start along with Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. +10 and +9 goal difference at this point, along with +11 for Manchester City. So the two of the three that people thought were going to be front runners sitting pretty, and Chelsea surprising everyone. The bottom of the table reads like this: West Ham with a -8 goal difference despite spending the GDP of DR Congo in the summer. Burnley and Newcastle in 19th and 18th respectively. And I think that bottom, from 16 downwards, I think it could remain like that for the rest of the season, to be perfectly honest. What are your thoughts? Who's favourite for relegation, fellas?
I think at this stage, West Ham look like they can't buy a win. Like they're in banging trouble. Banging trouble. I like West Ham, but
100% Cardiff are down. They're down already. I'm telling you. They won't. They'll do better than what Derby did. In whatever that was 2010 or whatever it was. But like they're definitely going down. It'll be a shame.
Here we go then. We've got some promos for you guys.
Well, we don't have a promo.
Here they are. Thank you very much, the guy on graphics. I hope it's the same guy who changed P to Dorman, because he's getting bought a beer afterwards. Right, Blackburn versus Aston Villa on tonight at 5:15. We've got goals on Sunday, obviously, coming up as well. Wolves versus Burnley, Everton, West Ham, Southampton, Brighton, the subsequent fixtures. Any games there tickle your pickle, Will?
I'll tell you what I won't be watching, and that's Blackburn versus Aston Villa. But Everton versus West Ham takes my fancy. Normally a lot of goals in that game, so I'd like to see Marco Silva. No Richarlison, though, so yeah, I'll be watching.
He will be missed. Brilliant for Brazil against El Salvador. Scored a couple of lovely goals. Right, talking of South America, we have a personal mastermind with Chicharito in it for your viewing pleasure, guys. Roll that VT.
I don't know.
Hello Team FD and welcome back to a very special edition of Personal Mastermind. I'm joined by the one and only Little P. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. I know you're in a rush. We're on a boat. I feel a bit seasick, so let's do it. Okay, first question. How many international caps do you have?
I think it is 105.
Correct. How many goals did you score for first club Guadalajara in 64 appearances?
26.
Bang on, that's quality. You're Mexico's all-time top goal scorer. Easy one this, giving away the points. But who is second?
Ale Borghetti.
That is correct. Who did you quote as your football idols growing up?
My football idol?
Yeah, there's two.
There's two. One is Ronaldo, phenomenon. And the other one, it's apart from my father and my granddad, and the other one is Omar Bravo.
Well, this is a bit awkward because I've got Rafa Marquez and Hugo Sanchez.
No, yeah,
maybe a different interview.
Yeah.
But okay, you can have the points anyway. Why not? Who did you make your Chivas debut against?
Against Necaxa.
Correct. What is the name of the cartoon you feature in back in Mexico?
I don't know, the cartoon I'm featuring.
Yeah, there's a character based on you back in Mexico.
Which one is the name? I
It
don't know.
starts with M. Mucha Lucha. Sort him out.
Oh, yeah.
Sort him out with a
yeah,
DVD.
I remember that,
Crying
yeah.
out loud. Okay.
That was good.
When is Chikorito Day?
Chicharito Day, I don't
Yeah,
know.
you don't know you have a day
I
after
think it's in August.
It is August.
It's August,
But
no?
for the full
14.
points, the 14th,
Yeah,
that is
14.
correct. What former Manchester United star featured alongside you in Mucha Lucha? You can pass. It was Shinji, but moving on. What was your top speed at the 2010 World Cup to the nearest miles per hour? You were clocked as the fastest player.
Miles, I don't know, miles.
Gas man. Okay, just guess anyway.
Kilometers, it was like between
Say-
32 and 33, I don't know.
Okay, well, if that translates to 20 miles an hour, then correct. Time for 2 more questions, Zach has said behind the camera. What national side have you and your grandfather both scored against? Correct. What a family, what pedigree. And last but not least, let's pick the best question. You were the first Mexican player to reach a Champions League final. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Well done. How many goals did you score in that year's competition?
In all the competitions, or in that,
In
Champions
that
League?
year?
In that year, 20.
In just the Champions League?
Champions League,
But 20,
like
fair
7.
play. 4.
4.
But, so you did really well in the other competition. And just okay in the Champions League.
It wasn't so bad.
Thank you very much. That was Personal Mastermind, guys. Me and Chikorito are off for a little beer. Cheers.
More time I'm blessed, you don't wanna get me mad. If I ask what's good, please don't.
You know what time it is? The oldest game in the footballing history books. 1 tanner, 1 loser, 1 winner. Let's go.
But that don't pay me, sonny. Hits man, the way in a hit man, either way, if I beat it, still bloody. I don't like moves that are fun, so please don't go on as a clown. Please don't act like you're above me. Then I won't lay you down. Then I won't lay you out. Make me fall like a boxer. This curse ain't a gift. Well, that man's getting boxed up. It's a cause. Man won't push out the chest. Pride make a dumb man flex. But take time to get test. You don't wanna make me vex.
I don't lose. Don't lose to him, come on. Light work.
You don't wanna make me.
So I'm challenging Zach to the Predator Challenge. Obviously, there's 6 bins that you have to hit in.
Watch this.
Oh! That don't count. That don't count. That don't count. That does not count. I'm not having that. All right, say nothing. Move out of the way. All right, good, bro. Ah! All right, calm. Oh, you're trying your lefty. Oh my gosh, is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Get out of the way, man. Oh! Come on! We're not doing this no more. I've won already.
went in first
I've won already.
We're now here at the Speed Challenge. My final chance to redeem myself. Part of me feels like it's not going to go my way, but still, let's see what happens.
Well, yeah, watch this. Watch this, yeah? You ready?
I'll embarrass myself again.
So that is it. Football Daily's day is done here on the Creator Dock. And talking of done, Zach, you were done at every single challenge.
Noodles, man. Like, my shoes, I don't know. I'm just bad at football.
Poor excuses. It's past his bedtime. Good night and God bless.
So that was Chicharito's personal mastermind. Almost took top spot there, Dave.
That's nice.
Almost.
Almost.
But big happy birthday to Zach Gelab as well, who we saw in that little VT. 21 today, the boy becomes a man. Right, we've got one last question before we call it a day. What is it, Pete Dorman?
The question is from Lil Sneeze, and they have asked, what teams are the most overrated and underrated in the Premier League?
Ooh, be my guest, guys. Dave, you going for this first? You look deep in thought.
Overrated. Spurs.
I was going to say Spurs.
Because they haven't won anything, right? They've got one player, Kane. You take him out, finish. Maybe just about Eriksen as well.
What about Ali?
What?
What about Dele Alli?
I don't know about Dele Alli.
So I'd rather with Vertonghen and Lloris.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. They're over it and underrated.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Exactly. No, you're right, probably. But underrated. I don't know. I think like the thing is with the leagues don't lie, do they? You are kind of where you are, aren't you?
I think it would have been easier to pick last season, right? So
last season,
based on where everyone finished, Manchester United massively overrated.
Yeah.
Despite finishing second.
Yeah. Because if you take David De Gea out of that team, they're finishing 8th.
Struggling big time.
I don't really have an underrated team.
Fair play.
Yeah. Sorry.
Overrated, probably Chelsea. I can't really see them doing anything this season.
You think this new start is masking their...
Yeah, and I think they're going to... I don't think they're going to do too much. And I think arguably they're probably battling it out with United, Tottenham, and for that kind of fourth place.
Anyone underrated?
Anyone underrated? I don't know.
It is actually a tough question.
You're looking at like Everton. Have they changed? Watford, maybe. No one was anticipating this start.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? That kind of like 6th to 10th could be anyone. Like the way, like the levels are so similar now that anyone can beat anyone. So it's hard to work out who's actually, without putting like a decent run of games together, who's underrated. So it's tough.
Yeah. Will, any underrated sides?
I was just picking up on Bournemouth. Amazing performance today. We talked about their league performance over the last 3 seasons. Eddie Howe like punching well above his weight. Small budgets, but yeah, keep punching out of the ground. So yeah, Bournemouth for me.
Fair play. Dorman, underrated, overrated. Before we go,
I think Arsenal could be a wee bit underrated, to be honest. I think if they shore up that defence, they could take a Champions League spot. I think everybody's written them off as 6th already.
Yeah.
I think if they can shore up that defence, they've got the attack power to finish top 4 potentially.
Well, there we have it. On that bombshell, thank you everybody for tuning in. We're back next week, same time. Join us then. Massive thanks to Josh for joining us, and Will, and these two, I guess. I'll see you guys Monday.
Yeah, see you Monday, mate.
See you later. Bye.